My generation knows him from Star Trek, but yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, me too, yes. Of course, true fans know him as the poop from the Emoji Movie. That's real fans. Real ones know. We got you, PS. We got you.
You want some cosplay? Here's your cosplay. I will crush my enemies. It's just this breathing tube is not like completely straight. So it just kind of does that sort of farting noise, but there we go.
Alright, go. Oh! You got him! So last Saturday, I went to a party. It was a princess party where we had to dress up like different princesses, and I chose to go in as Princess Bubblegum. So, check the drip. I think I did a fantastic job. Yeah. I know, right? This guy's fucking baller. Here, let me show you some pictures. This is the host of the party. His name is Giannis. He's this little messy bitch over here. He often like does these sort of like kind of weird parties at his. Anyway, see, family friendly stream. This ain't no family friendly stream over here. I can say fuck, shit, piss, motherfucker, cocksucker. Like it's all open. It's all open games over here. I'm a huge proponent of free speech, so I don't like unless the only exception I make is like obviously hurting people's feelings. But yeah, profanity totally fine by me. Obviously, no hate speech or anything like that, but you know. As long as it's respectful, we're all good.
Oh yes, he will powder his nose a little bit. You know, some people need a little something, you know. That's, yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, you forgot your lotion. Here it is.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Anyway. Come here, Veronica. You wanna?
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now she's a proper cat. There you go.
Okay,
Amazing, amazing.
Pat me. With your eyes.
Oh, sorry. My
Oh, baby, how was I supposed to know that something wasn't right here? Oh, baby, I shouldn't have let you go. And now you're right upside, yeah.
Focus. Slap me in the ass.
You have just one attempt.
Here we go.
That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Fuck you.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Lower.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Goddamn, dude.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
Stop it! Seriously!
31, 32, 33.
Yeah, that's as much as I can do. Oh, Jesus.
And he's dead.
Woo!
Respect, because
Fuck
he
you,
was
dude.
being beaten.
I'm gonna be like fucking have red marks on my
So
ass.
we leave the
I got it
guys
in
for
the
3 minutes and they're doing push-ups. Really?
Yeah, go ahead.
Who requests it?
Elvis, for Elvis.
Okay.
Cosmic Elvis, I hope you will fucking die in a fire.
What the fuck?
I hope. I'm talking. Please be quiet, bitches. I want you all to burn. And I really hope that every single soul and particle of your body is gonna disappear. I hate you all. I don't know why this is turning on for you. But if this is what I need to do to make you happy, you're fucking welcome.
Shouldn't have asked. You shouldn't have asked.
What's interesting is, despite it being so scathing, there were only 2 swear words in that entire.
Yeah, I got carried away. I don't know. Like, I don't know where he swear words.
I don't really have the time to watch it, so I just see like little chunks. I have a lot of stuff to do. Well, the little amount of time that you choose to spend is already huge, Valerie. I'm competing with YouTube, with other major Twitch streamers, with Netflix and Crunchyroll, and all manner of video and video game services. And of all of those, you chose to stay here. That's huge. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I hope that's and I meant it. Every single word. I am here, I'm streaming now. It's unexpected and nobody cares, but that's okay. Because we're here and we're just gonna chill. We're gonna chillerino, pizzerino for just a little bit. Just in case somebody wants to hang out. I am available. I live for this. Not really, but you know. It is what it is. I could have probably just said no, to be honest, but... Good tea. Gotta be on brand. Anybody in chat? Am I just talking to myself? It's possible. Wouldn't be the first time. It's me, the Apollo Goose. I am shining like a electromagnetic moose. It's time to stream randomly at Saturday. Good stuff. Got a little discussion in Discord about what's the best game. Sup? Hey, Old World Slayer. Nice to see you, buddy. Been a long while. I guess I'll be seeing you tomorrow. I just got back from a party, so I'm a little bit hungover / tipsy, I guess you could say. One of those. I'm feeling a bit loopy at the moment. Dusty Baker says, what kind of party? Was it a gay party? You wish. Yeah. Well, I mean, there was a lot of gay people there, but it wasn't a gay party per se. It was just a party where gay people were. You know? I don't know what you would have to do to make a party a gay party specifically, but conservative gay party. That's right. James Charles. No. Patrick Starr, is that his name? The makeup guy. And there's Ollie London was there, and what's the other guy? The other like conservative Christian twink. What's his name? Let me see if I can find it. Oh god, it's been a while. Conservative Christian twink who debated Hassan and fucking lost miserably. This guy, yeah. Let's see here. Oh, lol. It's a Vosh video. Hold on. Christian Walker. There. I mean, of all the names. That's right. So yeah, this party had Ollie London and Christian Walker. All of that for just one stupid joke. That's my commitment. That's what I do. Yeah. How are we doing today? Feeling good? Feeling great? Living the dream? We have a sound clip for that as well. So if you want to reply with the positive. Good time? Yeah. It was a very pleasant time. Not as crazy as the usual, but, it was pleasant conversation. I'll tell you about it in a second, but I just want to, catch up. Let everybody else have their chance to speak. I have a whole presentation planned out. I have a whole thing. I nearly choked on my tea. Everybody feeling good, feeling great? I sure hope so. Love me some tea. All right. So I might have mentioned before that I have this group of friends who invite me to some random parties once in a while. And it's a rowdy bunch. But this time they decided to go in a more like a clean, sort of classy kind of route. And so there's a house that one of the friends owns with their family. It's out in the countryside, and they've been renovating it to shit. They've been like pretty much building it from scratch, and only now, after about 3 or 4 years of building it, do they finally feel comfortable sharing it with other people. And they were like, "Hey, man, why don't you use our kitchen and cook some stuff? And we're gonna have food wars. In other words, guests come in, they cook a dish, it gets judged, shared with the group, and people judge their favorite dish." So I said, "Yeah, that sounds cool," because I have a lot of cooking techniques and experience and all that. And so I made a thing. So let me show you what we have in the runnings. We haven't started judging it yet. That's going to happen later. So I figured you guys can also join in and judge whichever one you like more. And I won't tell you which one that I made. You're going to have to guess that one on your own. Just tell you, which one catches your fancy. I understand that you haven't had a chance to taste them in terms of taste, but pretend this is like MasterChef or, Hell's Kitchen or whatever. Just, go by the feel. So first up, we have cauliflower pancakes with some sort of a salad, like a Slavic Greek salad. There was like cottage cheese, basically not cottage cheese, quark cheese, tvorog, BSPNs, and there was tomatoes and olives and some other onions and stuff like that. So there you go. How would you rate this one on presentation? 10 out of 10, right? I bet it's a picture with Pablo holding the dish and his thumb up. I wonder which dish he made. I do wonder. Yeah, I do truly wonder. Here, hold on. Let's. Yeah. I wish I had the recipe for the cake that they sell in Maxima, the cherry one. Couldn't find anything close to that in Denmark. Oh, that's a shame. Hey, Profix Pro, nice to see you. The cherry cake that they sell in Maxima. I'm not familiar, sorry. I don't know which one you mean. But I'm sure it's tasty. Anyway, here's our first dish. Next up, we got a salad of some kind. Hold on, I'll tell you. A pasta salad, basically. Pasta salad with tomatoes, some cucumber, pretty sure some kind of like a mayo. There you go. Next up, we got a homemade eggnog, non-alcoholic, virgin eggnog. So nothing fancy, but with a dash of cinnamon, a little bit of orange zest there, as you can see. Very tasty. I really enjoyed this one personally. This was great. I really like this one. It's very foamy as well. It's nice. Next up, we got some brownies made out of literally egg and Nutella. That's it. Egg and Nutella. Which, holy shit. And then like sprinkled with some nuts on top. That's it. Egg Nutella. That's all you need. Hey, Dax is here. Hey, more Dax. Nice to see you, buddy. Hello, hello. But yeah, you see we got some brownies. These were super tasty. Oh my god. Delicious. Where's the lasagna? I didn't brave it. I needed to practice doing a bechamel beforehand just to like know that I could do it. I didn't brave that shit. All right, next up we got garlic breads. So this is actually a pretty traditional dish in Latvia. I'm guessing it's like traditional in other Eastern European countries as well. So this is black bread, deep fried with garlic and a few other like spices and stuff. That's the what you see there. In a like sort of a garlic butter. And the thing in the bowl you see here is a cheese sauce. This, in my opinion, was my absolute favorite. This shit was delicious. Oh my god, it was so good. The cheese sauce especially. out of this world. Super flavorful, but not too forceful. It was amazing. It was incredible. Incredible. Yeah. Next up, we have a beer marinated chicken. So this is like a sort of a play on a curry, I guess you could say. It's chicken marinated in beer with some rice on the side and a salad on the side as well. So it's kind of a mix and mash type of situation. But it's fairly decent. Personally, I had to taste this one. I sort of liked it. It was okay, but could have done with a bit more flavor, personally. But that's just me. Next up, we got Japanese curry. A Japanese curry. So it was literally basmati rice with like a curry sauce and some bits in there. Honestly, making a curry in like 40 minutes, pretty much impossible. There's not enough time for the sauce to thicken hard enough. So in that regard, making a curry in this kind of time constraint, it was a bad idea to begin with. So it didn't quite. I mean, the flavors were all there technically. They just like weren't as much there as one would hope. And yeah, for that reason, I was out. And last but not least, we had a burger. A burger. So we have, I believe this was a beef, minced beef turned into a patty. Then we had yellow tomato slices, onion chopped up, and a couple other things. I didn't actually try it myself. At that point, I kind of checked out. But I hear that it was decent. And the buns are also sort of doused in a garlic butter for extra flavor. But there you go. So, which one of these dishes catches your eye, having no further context? What do you think? We got a burger, Japanese curry with some rice, beer marinated chicken, garlic breads with cheese, cheese sauce, egg and Nutella brownies, no flour, no nothing else, just egg and Nutella, Christmas eggnog, virgin style, the white substance, white foam, I have to have it. I have to have it all over my face. It was very tasty. It was incredibly tasty, honestly. It was really good. It was really good. Then we have a classic pasta salad and some cauliflower fritters with a salad. I think the plating here was quite inventive, wouldn't you say? It was quite nice. It was pretty solid. It's indicative of something. I don't know. The garlic bread with the cheese sauce. Yeah. Doesn't look like any garlic bread I've ever had, and my favorite food is anything I've ever had before, so. Fair enough. No, yeah, Dax, if you ever get... You've been to Latvia before, right? Or have you not? If you have, then it's crazy that you've never tried these. This is a pretty typical snack here in Latvia. Black bread with sort of dipped in garlic sauce or whatever. The garlic bread is interesting. And you're right, they were incredibly tasty. Super tasty. Basically like fried on a skillet, I believe. On a pan, on a stovetop. A few times, yes? Well, yeah, so it's the same thing, but yeah, it's very nice. It's very tasty. Surprisingly easy to make as well. Literally, black bread, you fry it on like a garlic butter with some herbs and stuff. And then like once it soaks in the oil and whatever, then you tip it off. And like the cheese sauce, I guess you make separately with some cheese, presumably. I'm actually not sure how the guy made the cheese sauce, but there you go. In my opinion, this was the tastiest dish. But the question is, which one did I make? Did I make the brownies? The egg and Nutella brownies? Did I make the Christmas virgin eggnog? Did I make the pasta salad? Did I make the cauliflower fritters with a salad? Special brownies? No. They were just Nutella brownies. Did I make the beer marinated chicken with some veggies? I bet 1 million pasta salad. Okay, all right. Did I make the Japanese curry? Or did I make the burger? Just a regular burger. Just a regular burger. With some heavily toasted onions. Well, I can't imagine you made any of the meat ones, so we can eliminate all of those. True, true. I am a vegetarian. It is true. You're not wrong about that. Surprised you even ate them? Yeah, I mean, Dax, I'm a vegetarian sort of on ethical grounds, but like the point is to discourage people from eating the meat or like not to participate in that. But since the animal's already dead, technically there's no more harm done. So like on occasion I can permit myself to have a bit of a taste, you know, in the spirit of supporting my friends and stuff like that. I think that's okay. It's better to do something than do nothing, even if it's not like entirely consistent. That's the way I see it. I didn't have the burger, but I did have the curry with the meat and the chicken. That is true. And you haven't eaten a burger in McDonald's? No, never. I've never eaten a McDonald's burger. No. Certainly not in the past couple of months. No. How? Wow. How could you even suggest such a thing? That's crazy. I would never do that. Never in a million years. Never ever. No. I'm gonna bet you made the pasta salad. You guys think so little of me. How dare you? No. Hey, Hazunia's here. You just missed the game show. How are things? I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. I just got back from a party. I was just telling people this was a food party, and people made a whole bunch of dishes. Here we have some cauliflower fritters with a salad. Here we have a pasta salad. What's wrong with pasta salad? It's just basic compared to these other dishes. Here's a Christmas virgin eggnog. Here's an egg and Nutella brownies. We got garlic breads with cheese sauce. Delicious. Beer marinated chicken. Japanese curry. And a burger. And I was asking people what they think I made of these dishes. Does art do a good pasta salad? That is true. That is true. But the dish that I made is this one right here. I made the cauliflower fritters. And I'm damn proud of these. Look at that form. Look at that presentation, that plating. So basically it's the idea, like if you ever had potato pancakes, like a latkes, it's the same thing but with cauliflower instead of potato. And so I made those, and I made one of my favorite salads that I like to do, which is literally just like tomatoes, green onions, or chives as they call them sometimes, black olives, and then you throw in some quark cheese, or BSBNs as we call it, and a bit of sour cream, and throw in some spices and whatnot. And it's tasty. It was real good stuff. I was going to say it would be the dick dish. Yeah. I'm guessing either the brownies or the uniquely shaped first dish. The uniquely shaped first dish. Yes, quite. Yes. You might notice, by the way, I really proud of the attention to detail right here. I feel like this needs to be acknowledged right here. I took special time to, give it a bit more of a verisimilitude. People liked it. They enjoyed them as well, so I'm glad. I think it worked out quite nicely. For me personally, I felt like I added a bit too much flour and not enough seasoning to the fritters themselves, but otherwise it came out nicely, yeah. You cooked none of this and there's no meth? Jesse! You have to apply yourself, Jesse! Well, it does look tasty, not gonna lie. Hey, I know what you... Thick. Meaty. Full of protein. What? I don't know, whatever. But no, these were all very tasty, honestly. The eggnog was incredible, but for me, the winner, for sure, were the garlic breads. Although, listen, the egg and Nutella brownies, surprisingly effective. But like the issue is that it's just like it's literally just Nutella with egg. So it's just like you're eating solid Nutella, which is tasty. But in terms of technique, I just felt like it was a bit lacking. Whereas the garlic bread sticks, oh my god, dude. These were incredible. Holy shit. The garlic sauce, the cheese sauce that went with it, impeccable. Absolutely divine. Out of this world. And the rest of them were like, it's okay, it's fine. I haven't tried the burger, but it's good. But yeah, so we did a little food party basically. That was the situation. That's what we did. And I just got back from that. I'm feeling like kind of tipsy / sober, but I did buy myself some more wine just in case you want to see me drunk again, which I know you do because you guys are fucking sadists. But yeah. Well, the rain might have been impeccable, but would it make you impeccable? Nothing makes me impeccable. Nothing can protect your asshole. Unless you wear like a chastity belt with an extra thick armor plate on the buttocks. Yeah. But yeah, that's literally all I wanted to share. So, theoretically, we have 8 hours. I feel 8 hours, about like 3 hours. I feel like if you guys want to do something, then we can do something. But otherwise, like I just like started the stream just to say that I've done it. I've got nothing planned whatsoever. So like, if you guys want to share some news or if you want me to react to something, now is the time. You know, we often do like a music critique stream over here where I just, you know, you send me some songs and I tell you why they're shit.
Feeling good, feeling great, living the dream.
That's right. That's what's up. Hey, Magnus. Nice to see you, buddy. Yeah, so fast. Drawing a blank. No, that's cool. Whatever. I'm just, you know. I literally got nothing else planned. This is literally like the thing that I wanted to share. So, if I feel like we're just running out of steam, I'll just like call it quits and we'll just, you know, wait until Monday. Did you see the new Hell of a Boss music video? I did not, no. I gotta say, I was never really, like, I tried watching a bit of Hell of a Boss, and the art style really threw me off, and just, I don't know, man. It's not really my jam, personally. I don't know. Sharing is caring. That's true. That's what Barty says. Get Lethal Company, let's go. Actually, I should put it on my list, actually. Yeah, I should put it. I'm gonna put it on my wish list. Lethal Company. Could be fun to try out, actually. Yeah. That means $10, honestly. It's like $9.75.
The company is high.
A bloody bargain. To be honest, you're not wrong. I usually don't buy early access games, to be honest with you. At least 50% of my friends list and Twitch streams are just Lethal Company. Lol. It is the new hot game of the summer, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's already on my wish list. I see. Okay. I'm waiting for a discount. I don't know. I mean, I want to... do I want to play it now? Maybe. Maybe. I could buy it now. I could do it. Question is, can you go solo there? I don't know if it's only a group game. Well, I mean, I'm sure I could like join an online game or something. That's not the worst idea. Not the worst thing ever. I would just have to inform everybody that I'm playing with, that I'm streaming. They'd be like, oh, let me see your channel. Oh my god, it's only got 5 viewers? Oh shit. You're a fucking idiot. Overwhelmingly positive reviews. Gotta say, that's for the moderators. Yeah, exactly, yeah. You got 5 viewers, 4 of them mods. Yep, that's that sounds about right, yeah. I mean, it's $10. You know what? Fucking. Oh no, he's drunk. Hey, Groundon, nice to see you, buddy. I'm not drunk. I'm tipsy / hungover. I do have some more alcohol, so if we want to get super drunk, then that's cool. I was watching this collab stream yesterday between 4 girls and a mod, giving them all specific missions to troll them and to throw them off in a loop in one way or another. It's pretty fun. In lethal company, I'm guessing, yeah? Alright. Beware to not say weird things. From the river to the sea. Fine, I will purchase this game for myself. Fuck it. $10. How bad could it be? Oh no! Okay. I'm 100% Alright. Anyway, so so yeah, this game. Do you condemn Hamas? But do you condemn Hamas? Yeah. Israel bombed 10,000. But do you condemn Hamas? Yeah. Oh, that's the worst. The media is fucking. It's really weird how insistent American media seems to be on. Well, I mean, I understand why, but it's so desperate at this point for them to try to paint the conflict as pro-Israel in this particular case. For $10, you can buy 2 small kebabs and a beer. For $10, I actually bought the taxi that brought me over to the place. So it's literally so freaking weird. Well, Hazunia, the actual thing, again, I'm sort of paraphrasing from other YouTubers that I watch, but from what I understand, the main thing is that there's 2 reasons why the United States really cares about Israel. One of them is that Israel is one of the last sort of bastions the United States has left in the Middle East in terms of an American military base and sort of an American military presence in the Middle East. It's their access point to the rest of the Middle East, which is why they like to have it. And number 2, American conservatives, that is to say for the most part Republicans, also believe in the rapture. The rapture is this supposed prophesied event in the future when it'll be the end of the world and all the righteous people will go to heaven, all the bad people will go to hell. But in order to facilitate that, one of the preconditions for that is that the chosen people, that is to say the Jews, need to be in control of the promised land, i.e. Israel. So there's a lot of support from American conservatives in making sure that Israelis have Israel, but not because they actually care about the Israeli people, because they're very anti-Semitic, but it's more so that they see them as a vehicle towards the rapture, etc., etc., which is stupid, and it's hard to see how much of a part that plays, but it's certainly a non-zero amount. But for the most part, it's because it's a military base, and because the United States currently has very poor relations with pretty much every single other country in the Middle East besides Saudi Arabia. Yeah, they want as many allies as they can have. So that's not great. So yeah, there's a huge, and so for that reason, the Biden administration, unfortunately, Biden's been really pro-Israel in a way that's really dumb, and yeah, also alongside that, all the stations by Rupert Murdoch as well, and a few others, have been pro-Israel in the dumbest way. Not to mention, of course, the Israeli government is currently demonstrating very fascistic tendencies, which for fascists is very appealing. So, yeah. Magnus is giving us a...
Oh my god.
I hear footsteps.
Where's Jiuk?
Jiuk! That's not Jiuk!
That's not Jiuk.
That's not Jiuk.
Oh, fuck. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, the base is floating away? What the hell? Okay.
That's gotta be scrapped, right?
No.
Well, joke's on you, Magnus. I already bought the game. Yeah. I already bought the fucking thing. Ooh. Ooh. I think Leginov says, "Oh, hello. Can I write in Russian or is it better to write in English?" You can write in Russian. That's fine. That's fine, Leginov. You can write in Russian. I'll just translate what you say back in English, but yeah. You can do it. I believe in you. Did you see the new H. Bomber video, Pavel? It's really tearing up the debate channels. Yeah, about the plagiarism. The funny thing is, actually, before that video, I had never heard of James Somerton. Never once. And then he just shows up on my radar because of H. Bomber Guy. Dude, Harris Bomber Guy is just like on some sort of a fucking terror rant. Oh my god. He's just tearing everybody down. Version 45 is out now. Others might update the game to play with you in this version. Okay. I can join a crew. Hold on. Let's get some look sensitivity. The volume seems actually okay, but I'm just going to put it down a little bit just so hear ourselves here. Windowed full screen, that's fine. Yeah. Voice activation. All right. I saw a couple of videos from James, but something irked me the wrong way. Didn't like his content, but couldn't say why. And now you know. Dude's a misogynist. Yeah. Dude's a weird misogynist. All right, thanks. I didn't come into your channel very often. That's why I'm glad that you're still streaming. I wish you the best in the game. I really want to buy this game, but I don't really have friends with whom to play. Me neither. I just bought it like on a whim, honestly. I just I don't have anyone to play with either. No, maybe we won't. I don't know. I'm just checking it out. I'll check it out later. I'll see what's up. I've been playing a lot of No Man's Sky, actually. I've been checking that out. It's interesting. It's not quite as engaging as I was hoping it would be, but it's got something to it. It's not the worst game ever. Well, H. Bomber brought up the misogyny. Click with me. Yep, that was it. Yeah. No, it's a thing. Yeah, it's definitely a different brand of misogyny from like your typical cishet dubro, but there is a weird kind of misogyny that sometimes happens in gay circles. Like gay men sometimes have this like weird thing where they disengage entirely with thinking of women as people, and yeah, they just kind of come up with all kinds of weird stuff about them. Sorry, just a second. What the fuck was that? Oh shit. Anyway, yeah, maybe that's why I didn't recognize that type of misogyny at first. It came at a different angle than what I'm used to. Yeah. That's what intersectionality is all about, my friend.
Anyway, how is your sex life?
Hey! Non-existent. I am chatting with like 3 different girls on Bumble and Tinder, so that's progress of a sort, but likely they're gonna ghost me at some point. I have a strange feeling it's not gonna work out. All right, I would like a drink. I'm gonna get myself a drink real quick, so let me just come back here and show you what I'm packing. Oofa doofa. Ooh. I'm feeling kinda whatever. Am I gonna... where's the, wait. I think I see it. No, that's just a... I'll show you what I'm packing. Drop spins. I mean, that's one way to, get famous. Just go literally against TOS. Literally. I've talked many times about penis size on the stream. You know my thoughts on it. You know my conclusions. It's a clip even. It's a clip even. It's a whole thing. All right, so what I'm having here, I wanted the ruby port, and this came in pretty cheap at about 10 euros, almost 11 euros. Warrers Heritage Ruby Port, right here. You know, I love me some port wine, ruby ports especially. There you go. So I'm gonna be drinking some of that shit. Ain't bad. I don't know if you're supposed to like aerate ruby. If you're supposed to like aerate port wines the same way that you do normal wines, probably not. I'm assuming, but I don't know. It's okay. It's very sweet, a little musky. Not ideal, but yeah. So we go to Estonia for cheap booze, and ST people go to Latvia. Where do you go? Lithuania, I guess. Just go further south. Just keep going. I don't know. No, I guess we just hang out at home and get our cheap booze here. We don't go anywhere, I don't think. Not to my knowledge. Where do Lithuanians go? They don't. They're too poor to go anywhere. I have to assume. I have to imagine. Poland? No, I think Poland's, no, Poland's general, standard of living is on par with Latvia. It's a little bit more expensive. So that wouldn't make a lot of sense, honestly, to go to Poland. Norwegians go to Sweden. Swedes go to Denmark. Danes go to Germany. It all just trickles down from there, yeah. Germans go to Finland, yeah. Yeah, we all go to Poland for cheap food and biedronka shops. Is that right? Oh, well, there you go. Well, there you go. There's a cheap country hierarchy there. That is phenomenal. Phenomenal. One beer here, €3. Germany, like 40 cents. Yeah. Is that fucking live? No, it's not a mirror. No, this is a pre-recorded video. I actually recorded this 8 hours ahead of time, and I'm just playing it on repeat now to trick you. And I'm just answering your questions perfectly because I actually have the gift of prophecy. I'm a prophet of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Starts in Norway and somewhere in the Balkans. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. This little sort of daisy chain of cheap, slightly cheaper beer. Yeah, yeah. I bet that you could probably make like a YouTube series about that. Like, guy goes to different countries for beer in sort of descending order of cheapness. Could be a thing. Could be an entire thing. Anyway. How much of BG3 do you have left? Well, assuming that killing Ketheric Thorm is the end of Act 2, then there's 3 acts in total, and we're going to be finishing up Act 2 soon, so about a third left, in theory. Thereabouts. Essentially, Life of Boris. Not familiar, sorry. Life of Boris. Don't know that one. But that is how it is. What's after? I honestly don't know, Magnus. I have no clue. I have not a clue. I'm going to find out one way or the other. Well, I mean, at some point we have to actually reach Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate is a major city, and yeah, they keep talking about it. Not familiar with Life of Boris? I don't know. I haven't seen literally every single YouTube video. I don't know what to tell you. Life of Boris.
Who is
There's a tank. So I see what that's about, like World of Tanks.
I only ever make videos that I think would be interesting to watch as why would Boris do or how would Boris do this? Car wash, interesting to watch. Cook a food, interesting to watch. Wash dishes? Shit, maybe he does it better somehow. Interesting to watch. And then, yes, I watch my own videos sometime later because I did something that's interesting for me to see someone doing. If you can't find the content you're looking for, make the content yourself. No.
That makes sense, yes. I understand. Yes. Why background so black? It's not. It's so white. Paul, can you please watch this? Sure, yeah. Latvia review? Oh boy.
Nice. Traditional local breakfast buffet, otherwise known as Welcome to Latvia. You better get used to the smell. Yes, Boris!
Oh, it's Boris. He goes to Latvia, okay. Let's look at how Boris goes to Latvia, yes.
What the hell was that?
What the
Well,
blue?
I went to Latvia because nobody actually ever goes there.
It's
I
true.
mean, who the hell does?
Nobody
Seriously,
ever
there
goes
was
here.
person that you know who went to Latvia.
I couldn't name one. Couldn't name a single one who
So
goes
to
to
get my
Latvia.
Latvia experience going from day one, I stepped inside the first shop. Bullshit, staring shit.
Some bullshitness.
Tell me what to do. What the blин have they done to this chicken? After going past the deep dried section, I found boxes with interesting writing. Wait, hold on, what is this? I would rather not try. Picked up something that looked like sour cream, some very Slav look.
I believe Boris currently lives in Estonia, but nobody knows where he's originally from. Yeah, maybe. There's also Boris goes to Lithuania, Boris goes to Poland. Okay, fair enough.
Looking пряники, some mayonnaise of the Latvian kind, and
Mayonnaise,
of course, some kvass. So I stepped out to have a snack, and upon closer inspection, I realized how little money I spent on this fall gobbing meal. Now I have to say this mayonnaise was quite shit, but I did get a chance to try the local пряник.
Well, yeah, if you just buy
Out of
mayonnaise
sour
and nothing
cream.
else, yeah.
For those who do not know what a пряник is, it is like a gingerbread you eat all year round. So here's my one advice. If you ever go to Latvia, and I know you won't, for the love of blin, try out this combination. It was
I understand what he's talking about. I feel like it depends on the pryanik to a certain extent, because like if the pryanik is super sweet, then yeah, maybe this makes sense. Hey, buddy, yeah, nice to see you, buddy. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this combination of like pryaniki with sour cream just by themselves. Nah, it's the sour cream is too sour, honestly. He's apparently a big mayonnaise enthusiast, and why wouldn't you be? Mayonnaise is fantastic. I'm slowly getting into mayonnaise myself, actually. I'm starting to incorporate it into my dishes. For the past week or so, I've been making wraps with like tortilla breads. And yeah, it's like made like a sort of a veggie mix and adding some mayo to it. It's pretty good. It's like ice cream with fries. I understand the idea of conflicting flavor profiles. If you like it, that's fine. Me personally, I don't really get it. It's like I sort of get it, but not my personal favorite. But I can see it for sure. Yeah.
kvass, so good. The kvass, pretty average. But then again, this was kvass number one. And that is when I thought, I will try every kvass I can find.
Oh god.
So I went to Riga.
Me personally, I'm not a big fan of kvass. Never have been. Like bread drinks in general, not my thing. Beer, kvass, none of that. Not a big fan personally, so I can't speak on this, the quality or anything. It's true.
Until I got to this traffic light that was red for like 10 minutes. Why are you trying to keep me from kvass? And another one just because they can. Maybe just was the world telling me, no Boris, kvass is bad for you.
It's actually telling you that they're working on the roads. That's what whatever.
What kind of debil put this up?
The kind of debil that's fucking fixing the road, you dumbass. I think I know where this is. Yeah, on the highway that's going to the city center. Yeah, fair enough. It's coming from the south side. Yeah, yeah.
After a few hours of driving, I end up in capital city and see a hotel in
Mm-hmm.
the style of Eastern Bloc high-rise apartment building.
True.
Needless to say, it felt like home.
That is true. Yeah, yeah. A lot of Riga's architecture outside of the city center is pretty much just like old Soviet buildings, slightly appropriated and renovated to be more modern, quote unquote. But yeah, there's a lot of Soviet architecture. Yeah.
I went inside and said, please give me a room worthy of the Shashlik King. And they said, yes, of course, hello Boris, how are you doing? Take elevator to 3rd floor and walk to end of hall, where Slavic suite will be ready.
Slavic suite. Honestly, that ain't bad at all. It's a very like airport hotel style hotel room.
Опа! It will be.
I've seen way worse. Yeah, it's all right.
So what do we have? Some free coffee and a machine. It's not bad. I mean, some quest samples would have been nice, but someone has been making waffles.
Ah, fuck.
This is impressive. It's ironing table in hotel room, блин.
Is that impressive? Is that not like standard? Okay. If you say
Okay,
so.
time to go. Okay, cannot forget to iron the shank.
Of course.
New
Iron
chicken,
Dushanka,
new
yes.
people need to look respected.
Yes, of course, yes.
Like yes, Etienne. No, this I understand. Some boiled potatoes, spreads, herring,
Mm-hmm.
and that is cottage cheese. And add some onion on top, and boom, you're one of them. Outside of the hotel there was a very large pool. Something I did not expect from this gopnik.
This is on the riverfront. It's actually pretty close to where I live, but like on our side. Yeah. On some of these riverfront areas, you see there's like the floating houses. Some of them are restaurants. I think one of them used to be a club back in the day, but it didn't quite take, unfortunately. But yeah.
Luxury. The water was nice and warm, but sadly I was too busy for a swim. So if you have seen one of my previous videos on Lithuania, you will know that I completely disregarded all time. So I thought, okay, Latvia, Riga, блин, might as well. So I squat down and make a
So you'll probably be like, look, I can see my house from here. Well, here actually, yeah. So the place where I live is like right there. In this area. Kind of similar to the Ayeryoki riverfront, just way less nice. Yeah, true. But yeah, I live like in this area pretty much. Yeah. So I actually can see my house from here.
all time. So I crossed the bridge from the hotel, and suddenly I am assaulted with
Oh.
some kind of strange alien sound. So I quickly left.
This was this in the summer. What was the event? Probably like a marathon event. We do marathons in the summer, or some sort of I don't know. Hey, we walked here. We did walk here. It's true. We did. Yeah. It was either a marathon event or what was in the summer? Maybe a Ligua? Unlikely, but yeah, I don't
It's
know.
fun, all town, with some slow-moving gopniks. And some more
Those aren't
gopniks
gopniks.
with just one stripe. Higher class, no doubt. I quickly learned some Latvian. Matu griežums kraso sana viešino sana.
Not
And
even
already
close.
felt educated. Because to learn Latvian it is to forget about every language you have ever known. Because for me it sounds more like chanting of the swamp people. Here we see typical old town parking. Because a handicap can be many things. Even the disability to read signs.
That's true, actually.
Like
Yeah.
it's Estonian, what the shit.
That's actually, you know what? That's real. Yeah. Like in most other Eastern European countries, rich people... No, I mean, that's like the truth of it, right? Because like the worst that's going to happen in this case is they get a fine. In which case they just pay it off because they're rich enough to afford it. Yeah. If the... What's the quote? It's like, if the punishment for a crime is just a payment, then it's just a tax for rich people. Yeah.
Right next to the handicapped businessman, there was a souvenir shop. I wonder how much for the red button. It was not for sale. And then I realized Riga is a very provocative place. People screaming in streets, no selling of red buttons to people, and then this thing here. If you haven't tasted it, you have not been in Riga. Tasted what? What are you selling here?
The balsams,
Fuck, these
obviously.
taste
Alright,
like
alright.
that. They make me not want to taste Riga at all. But despite a repelling slogan, I was feeling a thirst for kvass.
Just a luxury parking spot for the rich? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
This one, a lot more fresh. Did not taste at all like someone has been fermenting it in their sock drawer. A solid 6.5 out of 10.
Wow.
Squatting gotniks.
Wow.
Not bad, but the
That's a
adventure
harsh-ass
continues.
critic.
The
Oh my
adventures
god.
Of course, man. But the one I had the day before was a weak, sloppy 3. Good enough for washing down a stale cheburek, but
Damn.
nothing you would bring back.
This guy's
home.
harsh with his
Typical Latin
scoring.
dish, marinated pork hock, smoked in best Latin traditions, assorted fish platter. 19 euros! How rich do you think I am, блин? Greek olives, на, you see, 350, this I can afford. But instead I went for goulash soup. Goulash, yes. What kind of scamish this is potatoes, not meat. After receiving a refund.
What's wrong with that soup? It was fine. What the fuck? Hey, he does title himself as the Slob Supreme. I don't know about that one. He's got some weird opinions. I don't know if he represents all of us.
Taking place. Oh look, this guy got fined for not parking in the handicap zone and went on to find food somewhere else. Literally anything will do.
Okay. So what do you settle on?
I wonder if this guy knows his rear axle is going to fall off. So I find this place called Late Night Munches. But since pizza skele and burgeri is not what I want, I went to bar next door. A bar that was suggested by a fan. It is called Olive.
Oh yeah, Olive's actually really good. It's a really it's not like obviously like it's not like a super authentic Latvian place, but it's the closest thing for Western tourists. Norgacho, we actually went to this place.
And there's a chance that some people do sleep in the city. This place was still closed. Well, shit. Did I not get a memo that I was coming?
Ah, fuck.
So naturally, I went to investigate and to see
That's
if
a
maybe
shame.
they left the back door open.
That's a shame. But it's a really good bar.
Машину прийти, container room, nano.
If I ever come to Latvia, you can take me to Ala. Yeah. I think you'll like it there. Yeah, they got a bunch of really nice local beers on tap, and some good snacks and stuff. Yeah. It's good. It's good. Good atmosphere for sure.
Вейти тот, 150 euros. Maybe it's a good thing I do not understand the language.
One thing I really like about Riga, and I'm guessing also like Vilnius and to a certain extent Tallinn as well, is that you can see in the architecture, here it's not as visible, but like in some other like areas, you can see that there was a bunch of buildings built, and then you can see a bunch of buildings that were demolished, and the buildings adjacent to them just have this like weird ass wall on the side of it that is kind of unused, or sometimes they put like a poster or advertisement of some kind on the side of it. And there's a lot of that happening because the city keeps changing all the time. You know, certain buildings get demolished and rebuilt and replaced, and there's this kind of like quilt work, patchwork kind of system that happens, especially like in the center, which I really appreciate because it makes it fun to look at, you know. And so that's why it creates these like weird crooks and nooks and crannies. My apologies. These weird kind of corners. You can watch same video, only him in Lithuania. Also, if you're not lazy. Well, it's not a question of being lazy. It's more like I don't want to steal the guy's work. You know, I feel like I mean, I know XQC just like plays it and then like leaves. This is XQC style right here. I mean, clearly he's favorite. All right, guys. XQC style. All right.
But that was nothing compared to what happened next. Put a sign up, people. And so, after being covered in industrial waste and being denied access to the pub, I went to search for a shop instead. Thankfully, there was one nearby, and again, I was feeling the thirst for kvass. And that is exactly what I got. And I'm not sure if it was my extreme.
All right, do I have millions of followers already? Do I am I famous yet? Am I? He's literally on stream bragged about the fact that like him leaving and his chair being there is like more popular than him actually sitting there reacting to shit. I've always thought the architectural ensemble in Riga is interesting. Well, it is definitely, well, I wouldn't say it's unique, honestly, Mordex. The architectural style you see here is very reminiscent of... Okay, so the actual history is like this. The Swedish Empire took a bunch of these countries over and imposed their architectural style on the area. Riga, Vilnius, Prague, and a few other cities in between are sort of subject to that architectural style, which is why if you go to any of these cities, their old towns look very similar for that reason. Tallinn as well, to a certain extent as well. That's what you get. It's the old Swedish Empire style from the mid 1700s. 1600s. My apologies. The mid 1600s to the late 1700s. Yeah, that's what you get. Which is why if you go to Stockholm, for example, their old town, the ancient city or whatever, looks just like Riga. I remember I visited Stockholm a couple of years ago with Veronica, and literally on that little island they have in the middle of their river that bisects the city, it looks just like Riga. It's literally identical, 1-to-1. Yeah. You missing Amaranth next to you? It'd be XQC? That's true. Yeah. Well, that's kind of titties.
It's a glass bottle that made it taste so good.
Lithuania is actually 7 minutes shorter than this, so you can watch it also. Okay, I mean, I feel kind of bad. Sorry, Life of Boris. I guess we're stealing your content over here. Check out Life of Boris. Here, I'm going to link the video as well, just so I'm not stealing views. I really want to not be the next XQC. Here's in the YouTube one as well. There you go.
Good, but that was a solid 7. 7 out of 10. I do suggest. Class, man. No way.
Steal content for 5 people, 4 of whom are mods. True. Hey, man. It's still about ethics, man. Doesn't matter how few people are affected by it. Related to XQC drama in this short? Let's check out Riga.
It's like they're not even trying to come up with names anymore.
That is true, yeah. I do think it's funny that our main coffee place is called Caffeine. I wonder what we're gonna get in there. Yeah.
What's next? Well, welcome to my new shashik place. It is called Pig Bits on a Stick.
This is Galeria Centris, which is one of our main shopping malls. That's decent. It's
So
alright.
that's how they make money from selling cheap kvass. I should have known.
Hey, we got a sub over here from Norgatrol. Thanks. Thanks, Norgatrol.
So as I still had more time, I remember that there was one more place that someone suggested I visit. And this is not that place. But instead it was called Uncle Vine.
Oh, and Hazunia with the follow with the sub as well. Oh, Norgatrol spreading some love. Nice. Thanks, Norgatrol. Dang. Is your grandson already? Is your grandchild already born? Is there? By the way, I wanted to mention, congratulations if it has. I'm pretty sure you're already alive, right? Oh, bueno. No, anytime now? Really? Not yet? Oh, damn. Bit of a delay. My apologies. Well, yeah. Let's hope it works out.
And with a name like that, I was expecting caviar, vodka, more kvass, and some sandwich on the side. But no, I did not get any of those things. Because apparently Uncle Vanya's place is no place for gopnik like me. So if you plan to go to Riga, and I know you won't, make sure you do not wear a hoodie to the Russian restaurant. Because instead of the menu, they will show you the door. As a last attempt of redemption, I did try to get some shashlik nearby, but I guess my search was not accurate enough.
Uncle Vanya. Yeah, those pedal buses are really weird. I don't know, man. I don't know who's actually into them.
Oh, 3 wise men of the wall. Who is the best kvass maker of them all? You are, Boris. Now leave this place. Well, yes, but I mean locally.
When was the last time you were in Lithuania? The last time would have been probably in 2019. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was briefly in Vilnius when I was traveling to Minsk about a year ago. But, like, in terms of visiting the actual city, that would have been 2019. That was for one of the shows that we did with our band, back when I was still in the band. Yeah. It's been a while. It's a nice city. I like it, but, yeah, it's been a while.
Опа.
Oh, hey, we're in Ala. Nice. Cool bar. I like it. No, honestly, it's a nice place, for sure.
So I sat down, ordered my class number 4, and tried that. The beer platter. It cost 4 of the local currency, so I did not expect much. With the atmosphere of a dungeon, and my stomach being very empty, this cold and crisp kvass gave a strong sensation of childhood memories. And that is why it gets a very high 8.5 out of 10.
I can see that,
Kvass
yeah.
man is pissed. And that was not the only pleasing aspect.
Yeah.
This beer platter, my friends,
Yeah.
is only comparable to one I had in Slovakia. If I was the garlic bread man, I would give this.
We literally had this exact platter, the snack platter, when we were visiting the bar. Remember, Nogacho? Remember? It was literally this one with the garlic breads and like the marinated vegetables and stuff. With the sauce. It was literally the exact same one.
The perfect 10.
Yep. Cheap as fuck. Well, I mean, for you, anything is cheap as fuck. That's not exactly a accurate assessment, but yeah, sure.
So as the clock was nearing the time of 3, I went back to the hotel to find out some more places for class. Because I knew there was one more place that I have been many years ago. In the hotel, you could buy a samovar or a clock and many more things from the Soviet era. Back in the hotel room, I had a strong coffee to get the taste of garlic bread out of mouth. And then I hear this screaming from the streets. But it was okay.
Oh,
it's just
shit.
a local cocknicks having a nice argument.
It's true,
I finished
it's
my
true.
coffee and go back to explore.
Real life right there, yeah.
After a bit I arrive in a place with a windmill.
Ah,
and the memories
Lidwa.
start coming back to me.
So, Lidwa... Here, hold on.
After a bit I arrive.
So, this is... Okay, for those who don't know, there's a restaurant chain in Latvia called Lidwa, which is... how can I put this? It's the authentic Latvian experience. They offer the most of like traditional Latvian dishes, but in sort of a buffet style. And this location here, which is a little bit outside of the main center of town, is like their main location, where it's like this whole giant building with multiple floors, and there's a bunch of like attractions and stuff. There's like stuff for kids. In the wintertime, they have like an ice rink where you can go. It's a whole like theme park / restaurant experience, I guess you could say, where you order food very cafeteria style. Like you get a tray and then you go to like different stations where they have like, you know, pancakes and salads and meats and stuff, and then you like order whatever you want, and then you pay for whatever you order at the end of the till. It's a sort of a streamlined process. Nogacho was also here. Like you went to like a local Lido in Riga. Again, for you it might be cheap, but like it's a very streamlined process to getting a good variety of traditional Latvian dishes, but it's expensive as fuck, I think. Good quality, but like a bit overpriced, in my personal opinion.
Arrive in a place with a windmill, and then memories start coming back to me. This is the place that I had the kvass all those years ago. The place is called Lido, and if you have been to Riga, you probably have been here as well. So 2 large jars of kvass and more stuff I just happened to pick up was the dinner that I had. And yes, the drink was exactly as good as I remember. For this trip, all around 10.
Wow.
Very well done.
Okay.
I went outside, took a couple of pictures of one of my dream cars,
Nice.
and went to check out Moskva Zela.
Yeah.
But this place apparently has a reputation for not being the friendliest place after dark. But since I do not have a very good camera and I was driving a car that's not mine.
Valery saying, hey, what's up? Hey, Valery. We're watching Life of Boris and his evaluation of Latvia, or Riga, I guess you could say.
Then I decided to go before dark, at around 8 o'clock in the evening. And not just it look friendly, but it also look like a very good.
I heard it's better there now. They have cameras and shit. What, in Lidwa? Yeah, maybe, I guess. Was there like a problem with people harassing people? I'm not aware of that.
Place to be. Cheap housing, cobblestone streets so people do not exceed limit. Every other house looks like babushka lives in it.
Yeah.
Someone's probably.
That's one of my favorite things about Riga as well, is that like you'll have oh, Moskachka? Yeah, it's yeah. So Moscow Vasila is one of the streets sort of south of the center that is considered to be like the Russian ghetto, or one of the Russian ghettos of Riga. And one of my favorite things about it is that like you have these like weird huts on the side of the street next to like Soviet buildings, next to high-rise skyscrapers. It's a fucking cult work of random stuff, but it's considered to be a lot more dangerous than your average sort of city center area.
Does, and every day there is a Gopnik auto show.
True.
On every street.
True.
Some nice cheap public transport driving in front of your own house. But would I live here? Probably not. Cobblestone's not good for car suspension, you know. And I found no place for kvass. So I went to store and got some.
I mean, he certainly has a brand. I'll give him that. Yeah, Tarhun! That's what's up! Oh, alright. Love me some Tarhun. So kind of similar to Turku again, except less nice? Yeah! Well, I visited Turku when I was like... I visited Turku back in 2017, and it was... No, 2015, my apologies. It was in the winter, so I don't think I got like the full scope of the town, but it seemed nice to me. It didn't seem all that dangerous. I don't know.
When I finally got back to the hotel, there was a large man singing on the screen.
Yeah.
But I was much more interested in the kvass I bought.
Of course.
It was warm, it was a bit too sweet. I would say an average 5 out of 10. But I guess the taste of kvass depends on many more things than just the quality of drink. It is more about when you drink it. I did buy a lot more other stuff.
Yeah, what
from
the hell is
shop,
this?
But
What?
the review of those things is long enough to make a separate video.
Okay,
So write
sure.
in comments if you'd like to see it. But for now, this concludes the adventures of Kvass Man. Let me know what you think about this new, more vlog-style travel video.
I guess everybody loved it. It was incredible. Alright, so Magnus wants us to check out the one about Lithuania as well. And also, Hazunia has some XQC drama to share with us.
Welcome to Lithuania, a small big country
Let's
situated
do Lithuania first. 7-minute video.
apparently at the geographical center of Europe.
That's what I meant. Turku is nice, not dangerous at all, but it has these areas of old shacks from like 300 years ago, some Soviet-era looking blocks and modern places all mixed together. Which is commentary. Alright, sure.
Home of strange Soviet-style statues. Which I did not climb until the police came and told me to eat your knife. I did, and
True.
this is where I ended up. Welcome to Vilnius. Yes, Boris! Now you see, that is the direction where any rational person would go. Old town with beautiful buildings. But since I am Boris, I did not. So, okay, I went for some food. And
So the main difference, as I see it, between Riga and Vilnius is that Vilnius is a lot more vertical because it's built on top of a hill. And the Soviet influence feels stronger in Lithuania, generally, in Vilnius specifically, than it does in Riga. For whatever reason, it feels like a lot more, a lot more of a Soviet sort of influence on things. I don't know, it's just kind of the impression that I get.
in halfway, I found a fountain with no water inside. So, where are you supposed to throw coins for good luck? Блин.
Nowhere.
So, soon enough, I find place that will serve me some blends. And here I am thinking...
I don't know, so it's kind of going? Okay, fair enough, fair
waiter
enough.
to bring me some... Блилалилаль. Блять. And shit.
Blilay.
Jesus, Baltas is not Blinaladils. Upon closer inspection, the ingredients reveal that it is water. Blin, I see you Lithuanians are lucky.
Hey, we got a follow. Zip076. Thanks for the follow. Hello.
Your water tastes like mayonnaise. After a few watered down blends, I take the shop by storm. To my surprise, they sell a lot of kvass. And to no surprise at all, their variation and price of beer in average food store was so good that it will put any other country to shame. So naturally, I bought about 12 for first night.
Wow.
I also picked up some of their earth juice.
Earth
for
juice.
cure, and one local vodka for general quality control. And blin, it was good.
Yeah.
So I went back to hotel. First of all, the hotel that I stayed in had a strip club right across the street.
Oh.
Which is okay, but why they have to shoot fireworks?
I gotta say, strip club shooting fireworks. That's actually kind of impressive. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds awesome. Even when Bald and Bankrupt went there, he said that Vilnius is the country which turned away from Soviet the most. Huh. Well, I just meant like architecturally, I guess. But yeah, maybe culturally it's a whole different thing. But from a architectural standpoint, I guess I don't know, man. That's the impression that I
3
got.
hours straight in middle of night. I did not understand. Блин. Next morning I wake up and turn on TV. You see, you know you are in Slav country when first thing you see on TV is Snegurishka and Ted Moroz having conversation in
true.
a Russian game show.
It's
What
true.
it was about, I do not know. I did not have time because
For those who don't know, the Russians, I don't know where it actually came from. This seems like it's a tradition from even before the Soviet Union, but they kind of came up with their own Slavic interpretation of the Santa Claus, Saint Nicholas myth. There's a mythological element, person, I guess you can call, called Ded Moroz, which is like translated into to English like Grandfather Frost. Yeah, Grandpa Frost, basically, who is like the main New Year's guy, I guess you could say. Yeah, the giving of presents is not like explicitly expected, but it's kind of expected. It is actually. Anyway, they also have, Grandpa Frost also has this helper who is, I believe, his granddaughter called Snegurishka, who's like, I guess like the English translation would be like Snowlina. Snow girl, something like that. Yeah, and yeah.
they had at this
We had Soviet statues, some, but we took them down. Ded Moroz. It's not quite the same as Santa Claus, but it's based on the same idea, basically. Yeah.
destination for this day. Now this destination was about 2-kilometer walking distance from hotel, which I do not mind. But shortly after walking out of the hotel, I did realize that I was not walking in the direction of the beautiful old town. Although this site was very promising, the closer I got, the more I got to realize that I just stepped into the Gopnik part of Vilnius.
Yeah. Gopnik house, let's go. Yeah. So it's got the same sort of idea that there's this sort of quilt work. Yeah. So there's actually one thing that Riga and Vilnius have sort of separate from Tallinn. Tallinn is incredibly organized in terms of city planning. In Tallinn, all the different sectors of town are very clearly delineated, segmented in their own little sectors. You have your old town on top of the hill, you have your business center over here, you have your sleeping center over there. Vilnius and Riga, by contrast, are just like a weird-ass quilt work that kind of makes sense, but at the same time, just, you get skyscrapers next to little, like, huts, next to Soviet block buildings. It's all over the place. And you can see that here. Look at this, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And Soviet garages, yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, yeah. Which, honestly, I prefer. I kind of like it. For me personally, like for the novelty of it and just like for the variety of city planning, I kind of like it. I think it's cool.
And it was perfect. Now this place finally feels like home. This is the shit I can relate to. Footpath is replaced with dirt road. Of course, you save money this way. That's just a smart investment. This way nobody drive here so fast. Instead of fixing potholes in road.
Oh my god! Road looks like Swiss cheese. Holy shit, I have never seen a road this poorly maintained. Oh my god. That's incredible. I mean, I've seen some bad roads. I have never seen a road this bad. This is phenomenally bad. Wow. Holy shit. Gonna eat some dinner, but I'll be back later. Alright, sure. Check it out, yeah.
You make some more instead. This way you keep local car mechanic businesses alive. Smart move. Public toilets in middle of street in case of...
Welcome to Vilnius Gopnik region. Yeah, you know what? You got me beat there. I gotta say, I've seen some bad roads in Riga in the Latvian region. I have never seen a road that poorly maintained. Oh my god.
public emergencies, and the most familiar sight of all, the old-style storage garages, where you can either park your old ladder or stash a ton of gold nobody will ever look in.
Yep.
Also protected by top-notch security system. An old man with an angry dog
Sure.
surely did not let me inside. Needless to say, the system works. Since I was
True.
there about Christmas time, you could
Yep.
see many actual gopnik trees right in front yard. Boris approves. Instead of speed humps, they have speed puddles. Park your car next to it and go
Damn.
home with clean
Yeah,
car
we've had a
after
couple of
long
those,
day's
yeah.
work. Basic Gopnik city planning 101
True.
by Boris. So if you're into Gopnik scenic views and checking out classic cars, then Vilnius is the travel destination for you.
True.
After a considerable amount of walking, I was greeted by the most Slavic Gopnik mobile in the whole country. Boom! Running on what I can only assume is vodka fumes. This bricky mobile will get you from
Wow. I mean, you know, sometimes you can't afford to pay to have your tire replaced. I get it.
0 to 100 in half a second flight. Moving on, I found a white van, clearly belonging to a company specializing in adult entertainment. Walked past the Gopnik's lunch break. And
Wait, how is that wait. It just says video projectors. I don't know, man. This kind of reaching a little
specializing
bit.
in adult entertainment. Walked past the Gopnik's lunch break and ended up at a house that was clearly a result of this Gopnik's architecture planning. And this was right next door to the place that I wanted to go, the water park of Veshe, which, upon closer inspection, was more full than Boris at Babushka's Christmas dinner. But okay, I went outside, admired the scenery again, found a school, which I can only assume teaches squatting at a higher level, and of course, right next to it, mess housing for all the Kopniks and Kopnitsas, with
true.
individual balconies
true.
for practicing shashlik making.
Yep.
They really have thought of everything. Okay, then I got bored and went to shopping center instead. Found a store for Adidas and bought nothing because I have my own brand now. Boom! With Slav by Boris.
Oh,
So
wow.
after a few hours of waiting and generally fucking around, I finally got into the water park. Inside it had sliding tubes with many dangerous
Water
faces.
park?
Obviously went into one, which
Huh. I was there, lol. What, in the water park or the shopping mall? Kick Ralph's and pool. In Vilnius? Huh. I didn't know you went to Vilnius. When did you in the mall? Wait, when did you go to Vilnius? This is news to me. No, wait, wasn't that Riga? No, this is Vilnius, dude. This is in an entirely different country. Yeah, Magnus is like, what the fuck? You guys are in my country? I didn't even know. No. I think he's confused. I think the Norwegian. You see, to the Norwegian, they all look the same. You know, it's just like similar. Yeah. I get it. You're racist. It's cool. It's.
I thought was a good idea to record at the time with my telephone. Now I know better. Until I got kicked out. Пиздец. On my way back to the hotel, I used the opportunity to enjoy the scenery again. I took the scenic route. And I have to tell you, walking around in the darkness, in the Gopnik part of Vilnius, really gets you admiring this love life.
True,
Halfway through
true.
the journey, I took the time to learn some Lithuanian. So I had a break on my Shilag Zegas street, checked out the beautiful BMW that parked there, and moved on. Just to realize that there was an overwhelming smell of burning plastic in streets, which could only mean I have some hardcore fans in Vilnius. Had another street spelling lesson Neushatititi Ivanushimami, which could mean a variety of things. It could mean if you get close to this house you will get shot, or it could mean please feel free to feed a dog. It only wants to have a friend. I ended my day by ordering some more blins, some pelmeni on the side, and was done with compote. Now that was Slav. So you
True.
see my cameras, Lithuania is very much a Slav.
For those who don't know, kompot is a Slavic juice, I guess you could say. I'm not actually quite sure what the big difference is. As I understand it, like compote is mostly like fermented fruit that is left in a large pot of water that is turned into a juice by virtue of it like mixing with the water, I guess. I'm not sure what the big difference. Honestly, I remember like growing up. It's a nice little area, yeah. I remember growing up and like going to school in Minsk, and instead of juice, they would give us compote instead, and it was disgusting almost every single time. Yeah. Actually, I'm really curious what the big difference is. Compote. What the fuck is compote? Is used and prepared in Central and Eastern Europe and West Asia. Refers to boiled fruits. Oh, boiled fruits served either as a drink or as a dessert. So the idea is you boil the fruit, and then like the juices that seep out of the fruit when you boil it, that's what you serve as like its own juice, basically. The idea being that you get a lot more bang for your buck. It's like a cheap alternative to actual juice, essentially. And it's bad. It's not good.
Country, even though technically not classified as one, you can still get the full Gopnik experience. Just remember not to turn onto the Kurva Street, because Naga Drive is not exactly what you think it is.
It's true.
And if you're ever wondering how to get to Lithuania, just keep driving in any direction until you see Shashlikai right at the border checkpoint.
True.
Also remember to get out of way of local drivers, because even if limit is 110, every local will be driving at the speed that they see fit.
True,
So go
true.
visit Lithuania. Good luck and try not to die. Stay cheeky-breaky, my friends. I'll see you next time.
It's important to stay cheeky-breaky. It is true. It is true. Well, there you have it. Our two lovely countries, Latvia and Lithuania, posed side by side. Hold on. And I believe I also... Hazunia really wanted me to watch this over here. Planky Streamer. All right. Let's check this out.
Planky. You know what really hurts my feelings sometimes? Can I be honest? Can I be blatantly honest about something? Sometimes when I go to the bathroom, like I don't look at viewer count very much, okay? I don't look at viewer count very much. It doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, of course it does.
Sometimes
Yeah.
when I go to the bathroom and I come back and I put Planky out, whenever I put Planky out, my viewership goes up 30 to 50 viewers when there is a plank of wood here. And then the second that I unmute the mic and I sit back down in the chair, it drops like 70. This is a thing that I have noticed. Why do you guys legitimately prefer a plank of wood? A plank of wood.
I don't have a plank of
More than
wood.
you prefer me.
I don't have a plank of wood. I can't do the thing. I can't. Hold on. Shit. I'm trying to think of a funny thing to. Okay. Hold on. Do I have millions of followers yet? Do I? Am I famous yet? Okay. I'm gonna wait. Am I famous yet? Am I? No? Fuck. Ah, well, we tried. Someone here in chat said we can't tell the difference. Well, you know how you get famous in this way? What would I leave behind? A sex doll? A fleshlight? Anyway, this is Planky Streamer. Or, wait, no, JC, sorry, JC. Who is JC? A lady who has, wait, no, this is a video, okay, no, this is not the, who's the streamer, though? Planky? Her name is Planky? Well, I mean, she brought it on herself, really. Put a crab plushie in the chair? Lol. Haha. Haha. Well, that just seems cruel. But yeah. Anyway. One of these days. One of these days. Anyway, that was fun. Thanks for sharing, Magnus. I appreciate that. Anyway, we're probably gonna call it a early stream today. I feel like we're not really doing anything specific. Next stream is gonna be on Monday. Actually, let me tell you. Lo, we all having a fantasy world. Hey, Maxie. Wait, how are we in a fantasy world? I'm in a real world right now. I mean, this is all real. This is all 100% real over here. What do you mean? Is this actually helpful? Mm-hmm.
Set for life. So first we take what click. For every portion you will need about 100 milliliter. Measuring cup for accuracy. This is not enough. This is too much. How did the fuck this up? Ah, scientific. If you're wondering what this is I'm wearing, it is the new black edition with sleeve tracksuit with zebra hoodie. Goes for sale on April 9th, so
incredible.
Check that. Some
I love shilling for YouTube channels I don't even give a shit about.
One boiling dish, liquid inside, and now we wet. So 100 milliliter is about 50 grams of hot flakes. And for 1 kilogram package, you can make this food 20 times. But so you not get sick of it so easy. Here is Boris. And you see, most of you do not know. Bro, link in description.
Interesting.
I make quick example. One bread, one butter, some driving.
Yeah, classic sandwich. What the fuck is he doing? Wait, he's making pasta now? What the hell? Okay. Oh, is it a bunch of dishes in a row?
To be
you. True.
Yeah. It is done when the carrots are done.
Yeah.
So mayonnaise, if you have it, bomb, full. I see a lot of people asking in comments, Boris, are the foods actually any good? Well, this is made literally out of 3 components. So go ahead and try. This next recipe, one of my personal favorites.
Oh, he's doing a bunch of recipes in a row. Okay. So the thing about oatmeal, actually, if you have raw oats, there is a cool thing you can do with them. Here, he was doing this thing. This is a technique that actually I was taught by one of my ex-girlfriends. That you combine raw oats with a little bit of olive oil and you fry that shit on a low flame. That can actually be really nice as like sort of a fun snack because it fries the oats and creates a sort of a crunchy kind of a feel to it, which is quite nice. I have a few more drinks for you, right? It's as real as the internet is. Good night. I am checking out your stuff now, though. Cool. Yeah, thanks for checking it out, Maxie. I appreciate it. Yeah. I have a bunch. Check out my YouTube channel as well, by the way. I have a bunch more fun stuff over there. Here, hold on. My YouTube channel is right here. I have a bunch of prepared content over there, which I'm trying to be better about presenting. But yeah, unfortunately, right now. Wait, that can't be right. Is it? It's kind of an awkward thing. But yeah, there you go. Mostly live stuff, but I have, I'm trying to be better about uploading my episodes of in that list. I have like 8 episodes I have to fucking edit and upload over, but we'll get around to it eventually. Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, so oatmeal with olive oil, fry that shit up, throw some sugar on there. It's quite nice. I really like it. So it makes it like a fun sort of a crunchy snack that you can, have with a spoon or eat with your fingers. It's good. Classic stuff. We'll watch your stuff as Day Drill and Smoke. Lovely idea, thanks. You're welcome, Maxie. Yeah. It's good stuff. Yeah. I think it's like, for me personally, I love oatmeal flavored stuff. The normal way you have oatmeal is like you boil it with milk or whatever. I hate that shit. Like, is it all goopy? I like it when it's crunchy. That's my jam right there. Theoretically, I guess you can put some. Actually, if you mix it with egg, you can make like a weird oatmeal pancake type of situation. I guess theoretically, you would probably have to fry the oatmeal a little bit before you add the egg, because otherwise the egg's gonna over fry before the oatmeal is soft enough to work with it. But you could do it theoretically. Sounds cool. I've done that before though. If I had just like random oatmeal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you very much. I've had random oatmeal just lying around and I needed a snack. And literally I would just like add some olive oil, throw some sugar on there, fry that shit up, put it in a bowl. It's some kind of a meal. But then again, I'm not very picky. Whenever you get any culinary advice from me, just understand that my standards for what is an acceptable dish to put into my mouth are incredibly low. Very low standards. I'm a Hoover. I am a random food garbage sink, you know? I'm the type of guy where, like, you have a bunch of dishes and there's, like, a piece of a dish left. I'm the guy who eats that last fucking dish. I don't give a fuck. If that means I have to cook if I have to clean the plate, not a problem. I'm the Hoover man. Anyway, what do we want to talk about? Let's talk about superpowers. I don't know why, but I've been really feeling superpowered lately. Ooh. Do you want to do maybe like a tier list or something, or what do we want to do? I feel like there's like there's a piece. Wait, where is it? Is it the no? What's that? What is this? Chair? Something over here is. Is it the background? Yeah, that looks fine. All right, cool. The Christmas season is coming up. You guys done your Christmas shopping? Or holiday shopping? If you haven't, maybe you should. Just saying. I don't think I'll be doing any kind of shopping for this year. The only gifts that I'll be giving is gifts to myself, because I'm a selfish asshole. For now. Maybe at some point in the future I'll be less of one, but at the moment I can only afford to be a selfish asshole. I only have the selfish asshole package lined up at the moment. Maybe at some point in the future that might change, but not for the moment. All right, well, I guess I'll do what I normally do. Wait, on these kinds of situations. What? You haven't planned out anything for a Christmas stream on 29th? That's a great idea. Well, I mean, you mentioned trying to do a Name That list, which I'm not against in theory. I guess I could probably maybe try to pull something together by the 29th. Because that is the Friday, right? Yeah. It would either be that or the 5th, or a cooking stream. I don't know, man. After the fiasco that was the last cooking stream, I'm feeling extremely unconfident in my ability to cook anything. And besides, like, beside a lasagna, what could it possibly be? I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Just make potato salad. Potato salad! Yeah. I'd have to think of something that's actually worthwhile to do. Olivier. That's a reference for you and me specifically. It's a type of salad, for those who don't know. Olivier is a very specific type of salad with green olives, potatoes as the base, sour cream / mayonnaise, probably mayonnaise, and what else? Tomatoes, I think, right? Or no? It's a whole thing. That's what I'm saying. It is an entire thing. Yeah. Olivier. Might be time to call it quits, guys. Do a damn Christmas tree. I just don't feel like it. I'm sorry. I just don't feel like it. I'm already spending way more money than I was actually hoping to this season, this year. And a Christmas tree? I don't know, man. That seems rather wasteful. Off to bed, y'all take care? Yeah, I think I'll be going to bed too as well. I'm feeling kind of drowsy, honestly. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I really do appreciate it, but I feel like we should probably call it quits here. Just put a Christmas green screen then. I mean, I can already do that in a way. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get you sorted over here. Hold on. There we go. When you think about that, Christmas 2 weeks away, it's kind of crazy. I think most people kind of feel that way about the coming Christmas season every year. I don't know, honestly, it feels kind of expected to me. I certainly am a little bit disappointed myself in how little I got accomplished in this year. I would have liked to get a bit more done, but understandable, given the circumstances. And, hold on, where's the, I'm pretty sure it's an image, yeah? Hold on, where is it? There it is. Yeah. There you go. Now we're in the Christmas spirit. That's what's happening. Theater world backdrops should real pay you for advertisement. Yeah, I know, right? Look at this super realistic. Look at this super realistic snow we have here. It's a winter wonderland. Pay no attention to the not perfectly closed loop. Yeah. I recently made an ad for C2 Grips on TikTok, which I'm really proud of, which used this filter. Let me show you. I think it came out extremely well.
Китайский продавец авто доходчиво объяснил на русском языке, почему нужно покупать их авто.
Sorry, hold on.
Вообще без понятия.
Fuck me.
Вам японские тачки. Давайте покупай у нас машины.
Stop.
Без студий, в Москву, в Питер, куда угодно.
Sorry. Sorry about that. But yeah. Hey, ZAB Masla. Nice to see you.
Merry Christ Air. Hello, kids. It's me, Radical Santa. Healthcare should be a human right. And, oh, what's this? Why, it's a gift from my friends at C2 Grips. I wonder what it is. Oh. Why, it's a pair of C2 Grips. Ergonomic pistol grips for your controllers. Oh. Oh. Oh, so much more comfortable. Now I don't have to worry about cramps in my fingers when I play games like Riders Republic. And they've recently come out with new grips for PS5 controllers. Although this is a PS4 controller because Radical Santa doesn't follow the gamer hype cycle. So come on down to c2grips.com and get a pair for yourself today. Don't expect me to get you one. I don't know where you live. May all your kickflips be sick and all your controllers have good grip.
Tell me that ain't fucking straight fire. Tell me that ain't straight fire. Tell me that ain't straight fucking fire. Come on. That's good. It's good, right? Oh man, it's so good. You know it's good. You know. Anyway. Probably made a PS5 controller advert? No, the sponsor of this stream is C2 Grips, which is a company that makes grips for all kinds of controllers, including PS5 controllers. But for me, I only have a PS4, so that's the one that I use over here. You see these little extensions over here. These make it so that when you grab the controller, it gets a better grip for you. And also hurts a whole lot less on your fingers. It's really nice. But they also have it for PS5 as well, if you want it. Yeah. Had a hearty big bowl of rice porridge for a late evening meal. Nice. Nice. But yeah, if you could please, I would really appreciate it if you could, promote this shit. I would really, this would be, it would mean so much to me. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, Merry Christ Air. Hello.
Don't expect me to get it one. I don't know where you live. That's my favorite line in the whole thing. It's really, really good. Anyway, try my best to, put myself out there best I can. Oh, do you happen to be aware of the Phoenix Wright series, Pavel? I am, yes. I have it on Steam on my wish list. And I'm totally going to buy it as soon as it's on sale, yeah. Doesn't seem tedious to me at all, for sure. I love the Phoenix Wright series, yeah, it's great. I feel like I'd much rather watch somebody else play it than do it myself, honestly. It's just like, it feels very tedious. I'm sure there's some like great parts here and there, but I would rather watch somebody else get through those than do it myself. Just saw an interesting debate video on the ladder versus step ladder debate. Not familiar with that one. Ladder versus step ladder.
If you're a true Ace Attorney fan, you'll recognize this exchange.
Nick, look! A ladder!
That's a step ladder.
So? What's the difference?
You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick.
Right. Sorry. This girl is out there.
Oh, okay. Define kinda drunk. How much you have? Hey, Avenge My Tree. I have had, well, in the entire night so far, I have had an entire bottle of port wine, followed by at least half a bottle of regular box wine, and I'm currently sipping on some more port wine. So, kinda drunk. I have been drinking since, I've been drinking for the past 8 hours, thereabouts? The question is, which one is it? A ladder or a stepladder, and is one of them any more correct than the other? There's a very interesting argument in the middle here. Okay, if you say so.
Has this ever happened to you? Wait, what? You're talking to your friend of like a couple weeks.
By the way, Cherry, what an absolute pleasure to see you again. It's been like forever and an age since last time you've been here on stream. Hello, Avenged by Cherry. It's been like at least a year, I want to feel like. I feel like, yeah, it's been a while. Yeah. It's a very interesting argument in the middle. Okay, yeah. Nice to see you again, Cherry. Welcome to the stream.
And you accidentally start a decades-long internet argument that gets a Steam achievement named after it?
I can't say that I have.
Worry not! I can settle it all for you!
No! How'd you get in here?
I'm everywhere and nowhere. This is a world of my creation where free will is an illusion. But anyway, we need to talk.
Okay. Monday regular time or midnight one? It's not common for you to be on. It might be a lot more common these days because I currently work at a job where sometimes I finish my shifts very late at night, in which case I'm streaming at about the time when you would be like awake or whatever. So, yeah.
To them, it was a simple conversation about ladders. But little did Phoenix Wright and Maya Fey know that this brief dispute would balloon into one of the longest-running gags and longest-running debates in all of Ace Attorney history. Every game in the series is referenced in some way. This isn't even the start of the amount of fan art it's gotten. And here's the crazy part. It's not even remotely settled. When I polled this question with my audience at the start of 2023, the two sides came up with a practically even split. Maya is right, says Shadow759. Phoenix is right, and anyone who thinks otherwise is stupid and objectively wrong, says Dyphanoid. Hot take, both, says Faithful Film. Well, a split it shall be no longer. By breaking down this little conversation line by line, I think we can clear up every mystery and finally reveal once and for all which team is truly right. Team Stepladder or Team Ladder?
This is a non-argument. They're both correct. Stepladder is a subset of ladder. So it's both. The fuck? Obviously.
Okay, that's great. Could you do this somewhere else? I already conceded this. But was that because you agreed about the ladder? Or was it just because you wanted the ladder conversation to be over? Dear God, the ladder. It's the ladder! After all, in the very next game, you and Maya have this exact same argument again.
Yeah.
Ah, a ladder.
It's just a stepladder.
What's the difference? They do the same thing, right? I think you should stick with the basic facts of the matter.
Oh, okay. It's not even worth arguing with her on this one. I'd hardly call that a...
Stepladder is a subset of is a type of ladder. There's a bunch of different kinds of ladders. Stepladder is one of them. That's it. That's all it is. Jumping the shark? There's no... What possible debate could there be? That's literally what it is. A stepladder is a type of ladder. That's it. One category is encompassed by the other. That's it.
The sign of a changed position.
What else could there
but
be?
On that note, we can use this second conversation to clear up the first, arguably most crucial question of this whole debate. What is this?
It's a ladder.
People have said that Maya is correct.
It's a stepladder, which is a type of ladder. That's it. Any ladder I will call ladder. Who even calls it a stepladder? No, I mean it makes sense. Like if you're differentiating between a if you're differentiating between a wooden ladder that's so a stepladder specifically is a ladder that supports itself, therefore allowing you to step on it. That's why it's called stepladder, because it's like it has its own support because it has like the second backdrop or whatever. So it's good for construction stuff. A wooden ladder that doesn't have the support cannot be called a stepladder because it can't perform the same function because it needs to be leaned up against something. That's a normal ladder. So in that regard, ladder is a subset of the category ladder. I know they're called the same, but they're two different categories. Stepladder is one of those two categories. So in the in the super category of ladder, you have two subcategories, ladder and stepladder. Does that make sense? I know it's confusing because ladder and ladder are named the same, but they encompass the same idea. It's just that simple. I will say that you're a super base, Pavel, but you'll get why later. All right. Am I correct? Am I correct? Did I just jump to the conclusion?
Object in question isn't even a stepladder. After all, unlike a rung ladder, often referred to as just ladder, a stepladder is defined as having a set of rear rails. So it can support itself without being propped up against a wall, for instance. And it's hard to tell if this ladder has rear rails from the existing art. It does
Clearly it does, because there's a second layer there, obviously.
look like this angle here is
Yeah.
indicating back legs.
Why would
In
that
this
second
other image
layer
of the same ladder, we can see there are
It's not, it can't, you don't know it's the same ladder. Fuck off.
clearly no rear rails, unless you want to assume the backside is clipped through the wall.
Or it's a different fucking ladder.
Which you can use to get out of bounds and wrong warp to Studio 2. But then, in the anime, the ladder isn't propped up against the wall, and the rear rails are blatantly visible? Ugh, why couldn't they be the least bit consistent?
It's different ladders. Oh my god,
Just
dude.
because the backgrounds were drawn for a Game Boy screen and not designed to be scrutinized at this resolution? Capcom, more like cop out, we should sue. So let's just assume, all due respect to anyone who might cite this picture, we can't rely on the official art to provide an answer to this question.
Clearly.
Luckily for us, though, there's a different question.
It's the same one? How can you know it's the same one? How can you know that? No, but like for real though. What? Because it has like similar. What if it's just like a different ladder? What if like at that moment they just switched it out for a different ladder? You can't know that. You can't know that for sure.
You can ask, does Phoenix Wright know a stepladder when he sees one?
Oh, for
and
fuck's
looking
sake.
at that second conversation again. No ambiguity here. The rear rails are plain to see. That's a stepladder. And if that's enough to conclude that yes, Phoenix knows what a stepladder is, then I think we can safely conclude that this is a stepladder too.
Right.
Also, I feel like I should address this real quick because there's a disappointingly...
They didn't? Just different artists? Okay, then it's... Yeah, sure, yeah. Different artist interpretations. That's fine. That makes it different ladders. That's okay. They're not interpreting the same things. That's what interpretation means.
Large group of people who believe this. Ladder versus stepladder has nothing to do with the ladder people saying that an object like this isn't a stepladder. That was never the issue. Please stop making objection.lol videos where someone shows a picture of a stepladder and half the characters are like, no, that's not a stepladder, that's a ladder, you monkey brain people. So if Phoenix isn't wrong to call it a step...
Am I one of those people? They are, though? You being obtuse? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, hold on. I'm getting confused now. So my position is that stepladder is a subcategory of ladder, and the thing that is being compared to, the one that doesn't have the backing to stand on its own, is colloquially called a ladder, but it's like a different sort of subcategory of ladder. Where am I being obtuse on that? Because I feel like I'm being the most wait, what am I getting wrong here? Rung ladder. Is the same ladder on all of them. There's a different manifestation of that same ladder? Wait, so you're saying that the ladder morphed based on the interpretation of the different artists? It's the same ladder, but because of the different artists' interpretation, it like changed from a step ladder into a rung ladder. That's what you're trying to say, yeah? Yes. All right. Sure. I can see that. If it's literally the exact same, like I guess I haven't watched enough of the show or played the game to understand how that's different. But I guess you're right. I mean, that's possible. Yeah, these kinds of artist interpretations have fucked with that kind of stuff before. All right, fair enough. If it has to be the exact same piece of machinery one way or the other, and it just happens to change its loading properties from one artist's interpretation to another, I can see that. That makes sense. All right, fair enough. Yeah. So whether or not it's a stepladder or just a rung ladder depends on what shape it currently holds at the moment of judgment. Right. Morphology? No. It's just a different. It's the same as like this happens very often in Western animation with comics characters. You know, Superman and Batman and all of the Marvel guys often change their character traits and different character aspects of them as need be, depending on what plot that particular artist decided to do. They're still the same character canonically and therefore legally, but different interpretations, which often causes problems when the character's motivations and decisions contradict some of their established tropes here and there. But the West doesn't give a shit about that. So, yeah, that is how it is. This is the one instance in which Japanese animation may make a slight, give slight leeway towards the morphing of an inanimate object. Essentially, something. Yeah. It sounds like some. Well, yeah. I'll just leave. See you Monday. All right. Take care, Magnus. See you Monday. It sounds like the creators just weren't paying attention. That's what it seems like to me. Yeah. And their lack of attention just led to a really dumb debate, essentially.
Stepladder, let's address the reverse. Is Maya wrong to call it a ladder?
To answer, I have an analogy for you. And before we start, get ready, because this is going to sound like it's out of fucking nowhere. Seriously, this is you and me right now. I promise this will be way more relevant than it sounds at first. You okay? You ready? Okay.
So trans women are women, right? What does that mean? Okay, so I understand without context, this is a baffling thing for me to bring up. So, again, I promise you'll agree I'm not just pulling this out of my ass by the end of the video.
I'm actually more confident that you'll agree about that than you will about the conclusion of my
I mean, I do agree, yeah. Trans women are women, yeah. No, it's fine, yeah,
so the phrase trans women are women is ultimately making a semantic argument relating to language and logic.
To skip over some unrelated parts of that discussion, the relevant...
It's not just semantic. It's also epistemological. But I understand what he's saying, but it's not just a semantic argument. It's also an epistemological argument. The term woman is a social construct, and therefore anybody who wants to associate themselves with that construct can choose to, and that's who is a woman, essentially.
The relevant definition of woman is something along the lines of a member of the female gender identity. And trans woman...
Again, yeah, very, very... butcher definition, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Likewise, means a member of the female gender identity who was not born into the female biological sex.
Sure,
so the argument goes, the common denominator of these two terms is woman. Woman is acting as an umbrella term. The subordinate terms, cisgender woman and transgender woman, are referring to two different kinds of woman. So even if we sometimes use the more specific term, it's not wrong to just...
So he's gonna do the same thing with ladders. I really like this video because it kind of like, it sneaks in a highly politicized issue in the middle of, like, it's normally you would do it the other way around. Like the video would be about are trans women, and then you would have like the ladder thing as a supporting argument, but this way is the opposite, where the trans woman thing is the supporting argument to the ladder issue, which is clearly way more important in this particular instance.
Use woman to refer...
Now you say, sorry, why I got you to see this video? It's a good pick. It's a good pick.
...to a trans woman. And with all that in place, now we can just swap some words around.
Yeah.
You thought I was trying to...
Yep. Yeah. I was correct.
To use stepladders to sell you on trans rights, but it was the other way around. Oh.
It's almost like I'm a fucking genius or something. It's almost like I'm a fucking smart guy or something. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, yeah.
What's the U.S. attorney, people?
It took this guy months to come up with the same conclusion that I came up with in 3 seconds.
Some kind of gay already. The point being that the semantic logic applies here in exactly the same way. Since ladder is an umbrella term, it encompasses both the more common rung ladder and the often distinguished step ladder. And since this ladder is the only ladder of any kind present in this room, it's not incorrect or even insufficiently specific to use the umbrella term for it. I'm afraid Maya isn't explicitly wrong either.
Yeah.
So if Phoenix and Maya both aren't wrong,
who is wrong? Yeah?
Then I guess they're both right, like Faithful Phil said. Done deal. Good work, everyone. But you see how much time we still have left, don't you? No. If it were that simple, this would have been settled a long time ago.
After all, just because both terms apply, that doesn't mean Phoenix and Maya are both equally right, does it? What about this group of people saying Phoenix is more right?
That's almost everyone who voted for him.
And that's not all. I haven't broken down the whole conversation line by line yet.
What does this last part mean?
You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick.
Look how confused people get when they see this line.
You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions.
Narrow-minded cultural assumptions. Okay, so Maya is trying to invoke a more I don't even know actually. A more free and open interpretation of the definition of the word ladder, I guess?
What? I feel there's a joke here, and I didn't get it.
Yeah. Me too. Maybe a Japanese thing? I don't know. Alright.
Maya, you're killing my boner.
What were all those well-adjusted people missing? Let's go one step further and tie everything together.
Okay.
For Phoenix to be more correct than Maya, the reasoning is fairly simple. A stepladder is a ladder.
Yeah.
If you call it a stepladder, you're being more specific
and therefore more accurate.
Sure.
Therefore, Phoenix is more correct.
Right?
No!
No.
In a vacuum, maybe.
But the context in which this distinction is made
changes its value. When they find the mystery item, Maya first accurately identifies it as a ladder.
Mhm.
Then, crucially, Phoenix corrects her with the more specific term. And in correcting her use of the umbrella term,
it implies an explicit inaccuracy on Maya's part, which does not...
Okay, now we're getting like super semantic over here. Hey, Atomic Kit Kat. Hello. Okay, now we're getting into like super semantic. Okay, technically speaking, specifying, like adding more specificity to a term does not discount somebody's more general use of the same term. These are not mutually, like, calling a ladder a stepladder does not mean that calling it a ladder makes it completely wrong, just slightly less accurate. Not the same thing.
exist. And here's how that trans analogy from before plays in. Because with what I just said in mind, imagine we swap in that other umbrella term.
Nick, look!
A woman.
A woman!
That's a trans woman. Ooh, suddenly the vibes become very iffy, hasn't it?
Right.
Sounds a little bit like what some might call a narrow-minded cultural assumption.
Yeah.
See, that wasn't
Okay.
just some
That's what he's going
flippant
for. Yeah.
comment to
All
throw
right.
off.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Sorry, I preempted it. That's what he's going for. Yeah. It is a woman. Just a trans woman. Yeah. It's actually not super semantic. There's a very good point coming that I really hadn't thought about before. Yeah. Fair
Understood
enough.
the
Yeah.
implications of his correction the second he made it.
Its exclusionary undertone, the extension of the logic.
By the way,
As it is.
Nick, look!
great choice of woman. This is Brittany from Guilty Gear. Great choice.
A woman!
Sounds just some made it.
Its exclusionary undertone, the extension of the logic toward other cultural attitudes,
The judgment brought on by those attitudes. She was 10 steps ahead of us.
Oh, sorry, Bridget. My apologies. Not Brittany. Bridget, her name is. Brisket. Yeah.
the whole time. All of us just saw the goddamn Matrix. And for noticing and pointing this out, Maya and Team Ladder come out on top as the clear and rightful winners of Ladder vs. Stepladder.
I see what. Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. Interesting. Okay, so I understand the point that he's being. Yeah, Bridget. My apologies. Yeah, sorry, Dex. Yeah. Okay, I understand the point that's being made. My contention is that the difference between these two scenarios is that in the case of the stepladder versus the rung ladder, there is a functional difference. The stepladder can stand on its own, the rung ladder cannot. In the difference of the trans woman versus the cishet woman, there is no functional difference from a societal perspective. So the equation of the two doesn't quite hold up in the same way, because there is no functional difference between a cishet woman and a transhet woman, or a trans whatever woman. Does that make sense? So, whereas I get where he's coming from, that's a slight distinction there.
So, pretty good, right?
Wow. Yeah, that's totally what I meant
Did
the
I
whole
preempt
time.
it again?
I don't know
Not
about
really?
you, Nick.
Is there a functional difference between a... Well, because, again, like, a rung ladder cannot stand on its own, but a step ladder can. That's the step part. It's the extra part in the back that holds the frame. You can step on it, and it's okay. The rung ladder needs a support of some kind to stand. There's a functional difference between the two. Yeah, there's a functional difference between a cis woman and a trans woman. I disagree. No, because the functional. No. The functional difference, it would be in the sex part of it, but not the gender part. Woman refers to the gender, not the sex. That's what I. Yeah. So if we refer to woman as one of the prescribed genders, the social construct has no distinction. The cis and trans part of it refer to the sex, which is the super category on top of the subcategory of gender. So in the hierarchy, you have person, sex, and then gender. And when we're in the gender situation, man and woman don't have a functional difference. Male, female, which is in the sex category, do, because that refers to the genitalia and hormone washes. Function equates more to sex and gender. You're right. Yeah. So we have the person, then we have the sex, and then we have the gender. So here, there's no functional difference. In the sex category, obviously there is, because there's genitalia and hormone washes. That makes sense. But man and woman are in this bottom category. So I am correct. There's no functional difference. Yeah. So specifically a functional difference. In the sex category. Not the gender, the sex. Not the gender, the sex. Not the gender, the sex. Again, this is not like a priority of matter of importance. It's just like the hierarchy of relevance to social construction, I guess you could say. But the difference between trans and cis is the sex? Right. But when we say woman, we're referring to the social category that's in the gender spectrum, not the sex spectrum. The gender, which is below, where it's all social. Therefore, there's no functional difference. In the sex category, it matters about your bits and your chromosomes and the hormone washes. Genders are just a set of labels used for memes at the point of society. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Image by share. You're correct. Yeah. The gender is the same, so that becomes nonsensical. No. No, wait. Hold on. I feel like we're... Yes, but if we're looking for differences within a category, then we can't look for differences between different categories. Right. But the position of gender abolitionists like myself is that the gender part of it is arbitrary. Therefore, there's no need for it. That is the point that we're making. I feel like we're kind of talking past each other. Okay. To equate this back to the ladder thing. Hold on. Let's see if we can sort of work this out. Okay. Okay. This would be like saying that rung ladders and step ladders are entirely two different things, despite them being both ladders, I think, right? That makes sense? Yes, but we're differentiating trans and cis within the same gender? So, of course, there's no gender differences between the same gender. Therefore, it's nonsensical. Okay. Wait, hold on. I think we're getting a little bit confused over here. Yes, you are correct. So, as I understand the truth of the matter to be, there are people who have XX chromosomes, people who have XY chromosomes, people who have penis and testicles, people who have vulva, vagina, and I forgot the word. Oh my god. Ovaries. There we go. And then whichever gender is assigned to them is entirely arbitrary, but a lot of people have chosen to equate how they assign that gender based on the genealogical bits they were born with, which in some cases, can be a little bit fluid. The point that gender abolitionists make is that that choice to assign social roles based on the genitalia bits is entirely arbitrary. There's no need for it. Some people with penis and testicles are more suited towards traditionally feminine roles, and some people with vulva and ovaries are more suited towards traditionally masculine roles. So you have the sex parts, which is the biological element, and then you have the gender part, which is down below. And as it equates to the ladder example, in this case, the umbrella term ladder, I guess, would be like the sex parts, I guess? Like, it's any physical object that has like two vertical lines and then horizontal lines going up it to allow people to step up on it. But then you have like the subcategory of step ladder. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. Hold on. You're still stuck in the umbrella terms. Okay, yeah, hold on. Maybe I'm confused. Hold on. Fuck. Hold on. Yeah, shit. Wait. Because in this instance, step ladder and rung ladder do have a ontological difference, because one requires a support while the other one doesn't. Right. That's not a social construct. That's not an arbitrary distinction. Interesting. Okay. So how does that relate to gender? That would be like sex. Okay. Right. That makes more sense because it's the shit. Okay. Hold on. Wait. I'm brewing. Hold on. Wait. Okay. Functional. Yeah. Or finishing in 40 minutes? Probably not. If we compare subcategories, you can't compare them against the umbrella categories, so therefore functionally... Yeah. Right, because we're comparing ladders to gender, and in the two cases of like run ladder versus step ladder, run ladder, it's a ontological difference. Okay, so that's fine. So the analogy just falls flat. That's fine. The analogy doesn't have to be perfect. That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. That's fine. It's good. Now we're cooking with gas. Right. Okay, that's fine. Not every analogy needs to be perfectly... Yeah, okay, then there's no issue. So, in this particular instance, while Mornall has the right idea, unfortunately, they are comparing two different subsets of categories, one of which has a higher order ontological function than the other one. Yeah, that makes sense.
Nick, but I'd call that time
We got there.
well spent.
Okay, great. Maya wins. Can you please leave so we can investigate? Not yet. For fun, here's a lightning round of every other argument. All three of Phoenix and Maya's debates go the same way. Maya wins all three. In Rise from the Ashes, Emma Skye identifies this as a ladder, and Phoenix corrects her, prompting the same what's the difference.
So, in this particular instance... Wait, what? No? Wait, what? Wait, did I miss something? Well, wait. Are we talking about trans Are we talking about gender or are we talking about ladders over here? Because I feel like in the ladder situation, it's pretty much settled. Because they're not saying rung ladder. If they said rung ladder, I feel like this would be a much easier debate to have. Because clearly there's two different halves, which is meant to indicate that the second half is meant to like hold it up. Last bit you said before you continued really threw me off? Wait. Again, so the difference between the ladder distinction and the gender distinction that Mornall was equating was that whereas step ladders and rung ladders have an ontological functional difference, man and woman as genders do not have a functional difference. These are arbitrary categories that are delineated entirely arbitrarily by the sex bits. It doesn't have to be separated this way. So it's disanalogous. That's what we came to. No? I'm wrong? No? How? Wait, so are you saying it is analogous? You talking about sex there? He's talking about sex. Oh, is he? I'm pretty sure he talked about gender. Am I wrong? Okay, hold on. Let's go back.
Let's address the reverse.
Be the least bit consistent.
Respect to anyone who might cite this picture, we can't rely on the official art to provide an answer to this question. Luckily for us, though,
Lines of
a baffling thing for me to bring up. So again, I promise you'll agree I'm not just pulling this out of my ass by the end of the video.
I'm actually more confident you'll agree about that than you will about the conclusion of my argument, so just give me the next 45 seconds to explain. So the phrase trans women are women is ultimately making a semantic argument relating to language and logic.
To skip over some unrelated parts of that discussion, the relevant definition of
Woman is something along the lines of
a member of the female gender identity. And trans woman, likewise, means a member of the female gender identity who was not born into the female bio.
So even in the definition that they provide, they delineate between gender and sex. When they talk about woman, they mean gender, not sex.
Logical sex. So, the argument goes, the common denominator of these two terms is woman. Woman is acting...
This is a YouTuber called Mornall. And they're doing a, well, I mean, yeah, Wikipedia. No, I mean, yeah, maybe, yeah.
As an umbrella term. The subordinate term...
Am I wrong? Because I'm pretty sure that they're delineating between gender and sex, right? Right? True, this is talking about umbrella category still, which is about gender. Right. This is why I'm saying it's disanalogous. Because in the case of gender, there is no functional difference between man and woman, which are genders. There is a functional difference between stepladder and rung ladder, which are categories of ladder. But the difference between subcategories is of sex. Right, which is a supercategory. This would be like the difference between a ladder and a set of stairs, I guess. That would be the sex equivalent of ladder to stair, or ladder in general. We're on the same page. I just feel like we're using different terms. But I think we're like more or less in agreement. There's no power and authority in the definitions that don't make sense in their very core. I'm sorry if I'm transphobic. No, it's okay. But he's not comparing man and woman? Is he not? That's what it means, trans woman. They even make a delineation. Wait.
Cisgender woman and transgender woman are...
There's clearly a delineation between woman, which is the gender, and female, which would be the biological sex. Am I wrong? Of course we are. We've always been very close to what other ideas. Yeah. Like, but wait, what am I missing here? I feel like there's two categories. Am I wrong? So it's like visually, it feels like there's like the supercategory of sex, and then you have like the subcategory of gender on top of that. No? At no point in the subject men brought up. Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of implied. Woman is an opposite of man. That's kind of like the general binary that most cultures kind of deal with. I guess it's not. It's true. It's not explicitly mentioned, but yeah, it's kind of implied. The two terms on this screen there are cis woman and trans woman, and later woman and trans woman. Right? Wait, hold on. I feel like we're all kind of. Wait. What? Are we all just getting really confused over here?
Different kinds of woman. So even
this to me feels like the best interpretation of the situation. Yeah. Well, honestly, I would make the Venn diagram more like a circle, honestly. But yeah, these are all women. That's the important part. It's a social construct to delineate, to encompass women who happen to have the sex that is typically associated with the category woman, and women who don't have the sex that's typically categorized, typically associated with a category woman. Either way, they're all women. Yeah, I agree. The Venn diagram is a bit strange. Yeah, it should be more like a circle. It should be like squished more together. But the ideas make sense. Yeah. However, the thing that makes these two categories of woman isn't functionally different. In the sense of like, when I say functional, I mean there is nothing about cisgender women that makes them distinct from transgender women in a way that distinguishes them from being women. Like, them being women doesn't change depending on if they're cisgender or transgender. However, in the case of rung ladders versus step ladders, they are both ladders, yes. However, there is a functional difference between a step ladder and a rung ladder, in that a rung ladder requires a secondary support to function as a ladder, whereas a step ladder does not. Does that make sense? Yeah. When compared against each other as subcategories. Wait, is there? Well, no. I mean, like, but like, the difference is just that there's a sex difference. But again, woman is a social construct. If both cisgender and transgender women can perform the same functions of whatever it is you assume woman has to do, then in that sense, functionally, there is no difference. The two terms on the screen are cis woman and trans woman, and later woman and trans woman. I think the analogy is in the video is very good. Yeah? I feel like it doesn't make sense.
Use the more specific term, it's not wrong to just use woman to refer to a trans woman. And with all that in place, now we can just swap some words around and ha! You thought
With one set of rails and rungs for grabbing, with steps and half steps. Wait. Okay, hold on. So this is what it was. So here once again I'm going to that's why the argument becomes nonsensical when comparing subcategories within the same umbrella category. No, it's not nonsensical. It's two different analogies. I feel like we're getting confused about, like, we're the fact that we're comparing two things is confusing us because, like, we're comparing two things here, which makes sense, and then we're comparing two things here, which makes sense, but the way in which they make sense is different. The sense that's being made here is different from the sense that's being made here. It's two different analogies. That's what I'm saying. It's disanalogous because there's two different... Okay, so we're on the same page. All right. For those who don't get it, hold on. I'm going to take myself away once again. So here, the difference is that these two groups of women do not fall in the same supercategory of biological sex. Whereas here,
I was trying to use step ladders to sell you.
These two categories don't align together because they have two different functional issues, I guess you could say. So it's not so much that they don't fall under the category of ladder. They do. It's just that the subcategory distinguishes them enough that they must be distinct. Whereas here, it does not. That's how I'm interpreting it. Am I wrong? The difference between a step ladder and a rung ladder is also based on a quality that doesn't define its ladderness. The way that they make sense is the same. I guess it depends on what you mean by ladderness. In this particular instance, what I'm saying is that a rung ladder needs a additional support in order to function as a ladder. A step ladder does not, because it can like split open and it stands upright. It's a freestanding structure. A rung ladder is not a freestanding structure. So, functionally, for the purposes of reaching higher places, a rung ladder requires a different support in order to function. A step ladder does not. But when it comes to women and the category woman, the only functional difference is that some women have penis and balls, and some women have vulva and ovaries. Which I guess is is a sex difference, which is a super category. Yeah, fuck. Okay, I see. Yeah, okay. All right, I see what you're going. Yeah, all right. So if we define, so if we define freestanding as a super category, then the latter thing would make the same sense. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. All right, I get you. Yeah, the freestanding thing. Right. If it's a super category. Okay, we got there. All right. High five. Bam. Fair enough. Yeah, we got there. Yeah. Would it be very far off to think of gender as software and sex as hardware? Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Well, software implies that it's embedded into the person, which doesn't have to be the case, but it's kind of like that, yeah. It's software in the sense that it can be reprogrammed and reinstalled. That is true. It's very malleable. Because what we're talking about is culture, yeah. That's pretty spot on. Yeah. Firmware is embedded. That is true. Right. Okay, you know what? Okay, I get the mistake that I made. I made a very classic. Okay, my friends, this is a learning moment. So the mistake that I made is in assuming that the ability to stand on its own is an immutable characteristic of a ladder. That's the mistake that I made. I made the essentialist mistake of assuming that being a freestanding structure is some sort of like unique characteristic of a ladder that isn't arbitrarily being defined by me in this instance. It was in fact being arbitrarily defined in the exact same way that some people make a arbitrary distinction between a cis woman and a trans woman. That's my big mistake. I apologize. And thank you, Mornal, for giving us the platform to explore these ideas. And thank you, Hazunia, for for arguing the point. And thank you for sort of pushing me towards that. Yeah, that's fair. You're right. Yeah. And Dax as well. Thank you very much, Mordax, for also getting me to the realization. Yeah. Nothing is real. That's the lesson that we're getting from this. Absolutely, yeah. Data is more analogous to firmware than software. Yeah. What was funny about the whole ladder thing? What's funny about the whole ladder thing, Cherry? What's funny? Yeah, Dax, you were trying to say the same thing, basically. Yeah, that the distinction that I was making is entirely arbitrary. You're right. Yeah. I get it now. We didn't actually finish the video.
like what some might call a narrow-minded cultural assumption? See, that wasn't just some flippant
That's what they were
comment
saying.
to throw
Yeah,
him
yeah,
off.
yeah.
She understood the implications of his correction the second he made it.
Its exclusionary undertone, the extension of the logic toward other cultural attitudes,
The judgment brought on by those attitudes. She was 10 steps ahead of us the whole time. All of us. She saw the goddamn Matrix.
True,
and
true.
for noticing and pointing this out, Maya and Team Ladder come out on top as the clear and rightful winners of Ladder
Yeah.
vs. Step Ladder.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Again, well, yeah. Ladder, yeah.
Pretty good, right?
Wow.
Okay, so technically, Maya is more correct than Phoenix. She's not correct as opposed to Phoenix, she's just more correct. Phoenix is correct, but Maya is more correct.
Yeah, that's totally what I meant the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Nick, but I'd call that time well spent.
Okay, great. Maya wins. Can you please leave?
The point where you get really based is still coming, or rather is ongoing outpost? Oh, okay. Sure.
Leave so we can investigate? Not yet. For fun, here's a light.
How so, Phoenix be more precise? I literally just explained it. I literally just explained. Ashes, if you weren't paying attention, I can't go into it again. I'm sorry. I literally just explained it. On my side of the world, we tend to call both ladders shown in the video as just ladder, when we over here refer to a step ladder is just a much smaller type of ladder that's often 2-3 steps tall, as all of our step ladders, as shown in the video, actually fold into a rung ladder if you call them two. Right. So the point that we came to in this discussion was that decision to distinguish between ladders that are freestanding versus non-freestanding is arbitrary in and of itself. Like, yes, you can detect that difference, but you choosing to focus on that difference is an entirely arbitrary decision that you make, right? Like, you can choose to call metal ladders as opposed to plastic ladders two different things. You can choose to call ladders that are a certain width as opposed to ladders that are a certain narrow width different things. The decision to delineate between ladders that are freestanding versus non-freestanding is entirely arbitrary for the purposes of distinguishing between what is or isn't a ladder. That's the point that we're trying to make. The whole categorization process is entirely arbitrary. It makes sense to us intuitively because we are humans and we want like practical things to make sense, right? But we have to recognize there's an arbitrary distinction. That's the point that we're trying to make. That's the point that we came to in this discussion. Does that make sense? Yeah. I just see it as cultural difference in this case. Maybe that's wrong though? We get lazy about how we use English? No. Again, for practical purposes, I can see why you might want to delineate between a rung ladder and a step ladder, because clearly there's a physical difference there. But the choice to call one thing a rung ladder and the other thing a step ladder is arbitrary. Like for us, potato chips and fries, you just call them both chips. Okay, that's an example of you combining two different things together into the same umbrella term, despite them being, different cooking mechanisms. Yeah. And now we're rolling with logical consistency. There we go. All right, we got there.
Lightning round of every other argument. All three of Phoenix and Maya's debates go the same way. Maya wins all three. In Rise from the Ashes, Emma Sky identifies this as a ladder, and Phoenix corrects.
So the argument that Mornell is making in this video is that because Maya, or the Maya equivalent, is making a more general term, she is more correct because she is encompassing a whole lot more definitions into the term that she's using, therefore not, imposing a certain arbitrary distinction onto the ladder that otherwise would be there, if that makes sense.
Her prompting the same what's the difference question. Emma wins. In Bridge to the Turnabout, Detective Gumshoe identifies this as a ladder, is corrected by Phoenix, and asks what's the difference. This is only a partial victory for Gumshoe though, because someone tries to argue lettuce and cabbage are the same thing. In Turnabout Corner,
We'll get there? You getting ahead of the video again? Oh shit, oh fuck,
this
okay.
a folding ladder and is corrected to step ladder by Trucy Wright. Folding ladder isn't even less specific than step ladder this time, so Apollo soundly wins. In the Monstrous Turnabout, Athena Sykes calls this a step ladder and then goes so far as to say it's not a ladder when correcting Apollo's use of the word. Another sound win for Apollo. In Turnabout Ablaze, Edgeworth identifies this as a ladder and is corrected by K. Edgeworth says they're the exact...
I gotta say, by the way, the fact that this debate is referenced so many times in the entire game series is an amazing triumph of game design. This alone makes this series worth playing, honestly.
Same thing, not exactly true, and then K says from their structure up, they're totally different. Also not exactly true. These two are just both wrong. And for non-step ladder examples, in the stolen turnabout, Maya identifies this as a hearth, but Phoenix corrects her, calling it a fireplace.
What the fuck? Now we're like, hey, hold on. I just got to the bottom of ladders. Fuck off.
A hearth refers to the stone floor surrounding a fireplace, not the fireplace itself. So when we see if a hearth is present or not, we'll assume there is no hearth and give the point to Phoenix. The correction was warranted. In the imprisoned turnabout, Kay calls this a cage, which Edgeworth corrects to prison cell. Prison cells are rooms, not cages. So Edgeworth's actively wrong.
Okay, now we're just talking about like arbitrary and all manner of different things. Okay, now we're just... It sure is. It was just a throwaway joke in the first game and the devs kept running with it. Nice, nice, nice.
Point to K. In the Great Ace Attorney, Naruhodo and Susato argue over whether a spade or a shovel is for scooping up loose material. Susato is correct. Spades are for digging and shovels are for scooping up loose material. This one's not really as much of a semantics thing though, but it is a matter of dictionary. Whoa, whoa, hey!
Yeah.
Loser.
You talk of this to no one, got it? Also, was it just me or was that my voice?
It was, yeah.
All right, a couple final things I wanted to go through that I didn't have a good place for in the video proper. First up, I want to mention, the cursory research I did seems to point to my logic here being equally valid in the Japanese translation. Even though over there the word for stepladder, kyatatsu, is a completely different word from
Irrelevant.
hashigo, stepladder still seem to be considered a type of ladder.
Irrelevant.
Obviously, that's with the asterisk that I don't know Japanese, so I can't make that claim.
Irrelevant. Doesn't matter.
Next,
Irrelevant.
as a little aside, one of the reasons I did that poll back at the beginning of the year, Jesus fucking Christ, this video's taking forever. One of the reasons I...
Do we miss it? Wait, what do we miss? I watched the whole thing.
Ladder for stepladder! So, pretty good, right?
Wow. Yeah, that's...
I watched the whole
what I
thing.
meant the
What
whole
did I
time.
miss?
Can you please leave so we... All three of Phoenix and Maya's debates go the same way. Maya wins all three. In Rise from the Ashes, Emma Sky identifies this as a ladder, and Phoenix corrects her,
Yeah.
posing the same what's the difference question.
He's
Emma
wrong,
wins.
right.
In Bridge to the Turnabout, Detective Gumshoe identifies this as a ladder, is corrected
Right.
by Phoenix and asks what's the difference. This is
Phoenix
only a
is
partial
wrong.
victory
This
for
guy's
Gumshoe,
right,
though,
but,
because
like,
he then tries to
accidentally,
argue lettuce
sure.
and cabbage are the same thing. In Turnabout Corner, Apollo Justice calls this a folding ladder and is corrected to step ladder by Trucy Wright. Folding ladder isn't even less specific than...
Folding ladder? Well, those are both the same turn, really. This is just so broken it got scrambled in my head. Okay. It's been a while since we've seen it. Okay, fair enough.
Step ladder this time, so Apollo
Yeah.
soundly wins. In the monstrous turnabout, Athena Sykes calls this a step ladder and then goes so far as to say
I'm sorry, what?
it's not a ladder when correcting Apollo's use of the word. Another sound win for Apollo. In Turnabout Ablaze, Edgeworth identifies this as a ladder and is corrected by K. Edgeworth says they're the exact same thing, not exactly true, and then K says from their structure up, they're totally different. Also not exactly true. These two are just both wrong. And for
Right.
non-step ladder examples, in the stolen turnabout, Maya identifies this as a hearth, but Phoenix corrects her, calling it a fireplace. A hearth refers to the stone floor surrounding a fireplace, not the fireplace itself. So while we can't fully see if a hearth is present or not, we'll assume there is no hearth and give the point to Phoenix. The correction...
Are they going over everything? Or is that the very end? Yeah, it was the very end of the video. Yeah, now just going like a different other stuff. Not just even ladders anymore.
Which Edgeworth corrects to prison cell. Prison
Yeah.
cells are rooms, not cages. So Edgeworth's actively wrong here. Point to K. In the Great...
So it seems like the the very basic, overly summarized overall theme of the video is categorization is ultimately arbitrary, and that's okay. That's the lesson that we're coming out of this.
Ace Attorney, Naruhodo and Susato argue over whether a spade
Has
or
a credit bits? Oh.
is a of ladder, as far as I could glean. Obviously, that's with the asterisk that I don't know Japanese, so I can't make that claim with complete confidence. Next, as a little aside, one of the reasons I did that poll back at the beginning of the year, Jesus fucking Christ, this video's taking forever. One of the reasons I did that poll at the beginning of the year was to see if anybody would come up with the answer I was going to argue in this video.
Am I? This is
One
different
person
size?
got it. Michelle Rojas. Well done. Just wanted to give you...
Ladder without any specification would mean any ladder. Phoenix isn't more correct, he's just more specific. If Maya had given it an incorrect qualification like extension ladder, then she would be incorrect and Phoenix would be more correct by default. Also posit that Phoenix is less correct as his statement has was a means to correct Maya and not a simple statement of fact. In this way, he reveals that he believes a stepladder and a ladder are two different things when they are not. Michelle Rojas. Got the right idea. Yep, we got there.
Give you a shout out. You're based. Speaking of based, I hope I did a respectful job with the whole trans women or women tangent. I realize that it might feel like a shoehorned in topic, which is why I made fun of myself for it in the video proper. But I do legitimately think that the cultural assumptions line was meant to frame Maya as...
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like what you want is for what is to be this specific kind of configuration of terms. Kind of brings up a point about calling someone a trans woman can be inherently transphobic, which is wild thought to me. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Because to point out the trans part of it is to make a distinction that shouldn't be there morally. Yeah. Hey, I'm Livea. Nice to see you, by the way, in the stream. Interesting. Okay. How do I feel about that? I guess that makes sense. But we have to deal with the political landscape that we are in, not the political landscape that we'd like to be in, if that makes sense. Being overly precise over something for no reason. Yeah. I guess my wait, hold on. Dax says, I think it's a bit of a stretch to equate not defining a stepladder as a ladder with not defining a trans woman as a woman. Yeah. So, Dax, that was the argument that I was making before, but what I was very clearly trounced on was that distinction is arbitrary. So, assuming that a stepladder and a ladder are somehow more different in a meaningful way than cis woman and trans woman is an arbitrary distinction because the way that you're defining those two distinctions is arbitrary. There's no objective way to delineate the two. So that's fine. Like the Bridget moment pointing out that someone is, look, a trans woman instead of saying just woman would be an instance of we're calling someone trans woman could be seen as transphobic. Right. Yeah. So, okay. Yes. So in that, yeah. Different categories of unrelated things can be more or less inclusive without influencing the morality of inclusivity categories of different other things. True. But when we're talking about gender, we are choosing what to emphasize. And when we emphasize the trans part of it, we are drawing attention to the distinction between the gender category and the sex category, which we don't have to, given that gender is a social construct. So the argument made by Hazunia and other folks is that making that distinction is in and of itself, I wouldn't say transphobic so much as trans-ignorant, if that makes sense. It's ignorant of the effect that particular categorization makes on the landscape. God, this is so fucking complicated. Holy shit. Fuck. I hope I got it right. Hope you liked the video more at the end than you might have expected. No, it's a fun video. Thank you, Hazunia. I really appreciate it. And once again, big thanks to Mornal for providing us the platform to talk about this stuff. I really like this kind of conversation. Honestly, I'm having my views challenged right now in a way that I find extremely beneficial. Okay. So, okay. I feel like I got the gist of it. Well, I mean, eventually it all boils down to nothing is real, everything is arbitrary. Yeah. But for the purposes of maintaining a moral code, fuck. Okay. The end result of all of this is that calling a stepladder a ladder isn't incorrect insofar it is any less accurate than just calling it a rung ladder. That's what I understand the end result to be. The analogy is good for examining this topic, but there isn't a need for consistency there between. Yeah. That's what I was saying before. That like these two comparisons are just analogous. The conclusion I came to later after that is that me choosing to make a distinction between cis women and trans women and stepladders and rung ladders is in and of itself arbitrary. That I'm choosing to respect one as functionally different and not respect the other as non-functionally different. That's a choice that I'm making based on nothing from a definitional perspective. That's the thing that we're getting to. I'm not sure that specific terminology would be phobic, ignorant, or whatnot, but still potentially exclusionary. No, yeah. It's we're dealing with a paradigm that has been left unchallenged for at least 4,000, maybe 6,000 years. It's gonna take a while for us to fix the language up so it's comparative. Honestly, the thing is like for trans stuff in general, it's much easier for languages that either don't have genders or have like a neutral gender, like Russian or most Slavic languages. For languages that have only male and female genders, they've had to come up with really creative ways of accounting for non-binary or in-between folks, or asexual folks for that matter. It's it's tough. Hey, Wolf is here. Hey, Wolf, nice to see you. Sorry, I'm kind of focusing down on the overly specificity part. Yeah, I think so. Matt Soy says, there are probably many cases where one shouldn't ignore the male and female physiology is different, but with normal interaction between people, why should it matter? Yeah, that's the main sort of distinction. So a gender abolitionist, which I am, by the way, I'm a gender abolitionist, wants to believe that obviously there is a functional difference between having a penis and balls, and the XY chromosome difference, and having a vulva and ovaries, and double XX. Clearly, there's a functional difference in the genitals you have, the hormone washes, all that stuff. However, that should not reflect on the societal roles that person exhibits. And that's the big difference right there. And the gender stuff is related to the societal roles that traditionally are associated with the sex bits, but don't have to be. So if a person with XX chromosomes wants to be the breadwinner of the household, wants to be the stronger of the two, members in a relationship or whatever, that's fine. And if the XY person wants to be the homemaker and be the weaker of the two, that's fine too. Does that make sense? So the genitals / genetic heritage would not determine the societal roles. Those would be separate. And for the people who don't have that alignment, that's fine. And for people who have that alignment slightly but not completely, that's fine too. The important thing is that the labor of a given household is divided among the two people, or 3 people, or 4 people, or whatever, as long as everybody feels like they are being respected in that relationship. That makes sense in my head. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. Because the important thing is that the labor needs to be divided. Bros on 2x. I mean, sure, yeah. You want 2 bros? One bro is cleaning the dishes, the other one is cooking the meals. You're good, bro. But it's awesome getting more people started into this discussion. Yeah. I think like the big discussion that has to be had for a lot of people, the big sort of disconnection that has to be made, is the assumption that people with certain sex bits have to perform certain societal functions that are not necessarily related to their sex bits. Obviously, people with ovaries and a womb have to be the ones to gestate the human, to produce the human and create the human. That makes sense. There's no other machinery that can do that. But beyond that, though, taking care of the child, cleaning the clothes in the area of the child, feeding the child, those are not necessarily the responsibilities of that person that birthed the child. In the case, I guess, like in the case of the mammary situation, I guess. Well, actually, I've seen some trans women that have already breastfed their children as well, whom they did not birth, but they breastfeed because they get the estrogen particles. So it is possible that even a person who has not birthed the child can still breastfeed the child because they get the hormone washes that facilitate the ability to produce the milk necessary to feed the child. So clearly that's not even like a, as long as the child gets the nutrients they need, it doesn't matter what the source is. Not really. Not for the child anyway, not functionally. Why not? It'd be someone else, yeah. What a world we live in. A better world, Wolf. A better world. That's the important part. A world in which people have more options and therefore more freedom. That's the world that I want to live in. These people have existed all the time. You have to remember, this feels like a new thing because we're drawing light on it and we're not killing or suppressing the awareness of the people who were like this the entire time anymore. We used to, we don't do it anymore. Now they're allowed to be out in the open and express themselves. And that's a great thing. They've always been with us. They've always been with us. In every society. They've just been afraid to speak out. Now they're not afraid. The world has always been this way. Pavel, I really wish I could use a trans friend I have as a live example exhibit. Would make driving these points in so much easier. I swear she's 10 times more effeminate than 90% of the cis women that I meet. What part do we wait? What do we disagree on? I'm wait. I'm an ally. What the fuck? Wait, what needs to be driven home? I agree with you. You won me over. Nothing? Well, there you go. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I would love to feature any kind of advocate on our stream. Absolutely, if they'd like to come on and talk about their experience, that's sure. But like, that feels kind of a waste considering I only have like 7 viewers on the fucking stream. I'm a nobody. This is a stream for nobody right now. Where is it? Anything? I was in general. Yeah. If I was a bigger influence on people, I would gladly augment the voice of whatever trans person wants to speak their mind. I'm speaking to nobody right now, so that feels kind of a waste. Is it normal to women to have a dick and womb and breast at the same time? Yeah. Again, Wolf, you kind of missed a skim. So we were talking about this before. Woman is a social construct. It is a arbitrary choice by most societies, but still arbitrary, to equate having the ovaries and womb with cleaning the home, cooking the meals, emotionally supporting the husband and the children. That's all arbitrary. Nothing about the real world says that the people who have the ovaries and the womb have to cook the meals, clean the home, take care of the emotional needs of the children. That's like an entirely arbitrary thing. The man can do it just as well. There's no difference. Like, imagine a world in which like the stereotypical woman like births a kid and then goes back to work at the job, and then the man, quote unquote, comes in and cooks meals, cleans the home, takes care of the emotional needs of the children. Functionally, no difference. So clearly, there's no requirement for the people who have a certain type of genitalia to also subscribe to the gender that they're given. I was just saying, I wish I could do that in general, discussing these things. It's definitely, listen, Asunia, that'd be nice. There are lots of much more prominent streamers out there who would love to spread that voice out. I'm just not one of them. I wish I could be, but yeah. Why stop at convincing someone when you can convince them more? I don't know what that means, Matt Soy. Oh, but you know you could use that umbrella bit of the video again, you know? Just to have something to point at?
Means a member of the female woman is something along the lines of a member of the female gender identity. And trans woman, likewise, means a member of the female gender identity who was not born into the female biological sex. So, the argument goes, the common denominator of these two terms is woman. Woman is acting as an umbrella term. The subordinate terms, cisgender woman and transgender woman, are referring to two different kinds of woman. So even if we sometimes use the more specific term, it's not wrong to just use woman to refer to a trans woman. And with all that in place, now we can just swap some words around and ha! You thought I was trying to use step...
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Yeah, sure, yeah. Mm-hmm. The decision is arbitrary. It may seem not arbitrary, but it is arbitrary. Mm-hmm. Is that what you meant? Yeah. Consider me a trans man? Easy? Nice. That's our comment. All right. Not true at all, Pavel. There's no stage too small or especially good away. That's what's up. That's what's up. I am atheist, but it is not Christian. Yeah, those are not exclusive terms. I mean, I guess you could be like culturally Christian in the sense that you adopt the traditions and the behaviors of a Christian while not necessarily believing that they are in the service of a higher power that you believe to exist. That makes sense. It's dumb, but it can happen, sure, yeah. So in that instance, you would be an atheist Christian in the sense that like you think that the cultural norms imposed by a belief in God, in the Christian sense, are beneficial, while you don't self-believe that that is actually the case. Yeah, there's lots of dudes like that. And they're all fucking stupid. In my purpose, a little bit. Yeah. I'm an atheist, but not religious. Well, that's fine. Yeah, atheism is just the non-belief in any religion. Yeah, it's not a religion in and of itself. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Atheism is like saying you're a Santa Clausist. Like, you just don't believe that Santa Claus exists. It's not a belief that Santa Claus definitely doesn't exist. It's just saying, some people claim that Santa Claus exists. You say, I haven't seen any evidence for it. It's like being a tooth fairyist or a unicornist. It's the same thing. I'm literally an atheist Christian. I'm also AMAB transmasc. These are not inherently mutually exclusive terms. Assigned male at birth. Transmasc. Wait, hold on. Wait. You're assigned male at birth, but you're masking the fact that you're actually a woman? Wait, what? Oh, but if you're saying that you're actually a woman, are you masking it? I guess you're masking it for the situation. Wait. Ambies? No, sure. Ambies. Yeah. That's different. But you're saying that you are definitely a woman who is presenting as a man in most public situations, right? Am I correct? No. Or are you just MB? It actually depends on implicit atheism and explicit atheism. Different ideas? No? Wait, okay. Yeah. You have two different conversations over here. Hold on. Hasunia, what am I... Enemies are trans too. Are they? Are they? Are you sure? Because non-binary means that you don't fall... Wait. What? There's two different kinds of... Wait, hold on. The way I see it is visually. So maybe I'm confused. Hold on. What the fuck are NB? Non-binary. NB stands for non-binary. But there's two different definitions of the term, which is why I'm a little bit confused. Okay, so... We got another apologist NFT over here. So, as I understand it, if we encounter male and female as a binomial distribution, which is represented over here, there is a big difference between somebody who's over here and somebody who's over here, if that makes sense. So you're talking about somebody who is within the spectrum of male-female, but doesn't subscribe to either one. Whereas I'm talking about somebody who is so far removed from the entire scale of male-female that they don't register as either male or female, but is something else entirely. Which one are you talking about? Because these are both non-binary in the sense that they don't subscribe completely to one or the other. MB doesn't have to be outside of the binary. Okay, so you're talking about this one right here. So you're in the spectrum of male to female. Okay. In which case you would be trans because you don't subscribe to one or the other. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, cool, fair enough. See, I always felt like NB also included this, like, outside category as well. Okay, you're talking about this one right here. Gotcha. What would you call this one right here, then? Where it's, like, neither male nor female, but something else entirely distinct. Would it be like... Well, it wouldn't be ace, because that's asexual. Agender? I don't know what it would be. Yeah, outside categories are NBs too. These are both non-binary? Okay, gotcha. Okay. Alright. That's a bit confusing, but sure. Exo-binary? Okay. Fair enough. Okay. But you're in this category. Okay. So, for societal purposes, you identify as a man, just because it's more convenient, but you identify personally more with some synthesis of the two binaries that you're familiar with, which follows you somewhere in the middle. Yeah? Am I correct? Sorry, I'm still super confused about MBs myself. Fair enough. This is all new category. This is all new territory for all of us. I'm right there with you. I'm super confused. More or less, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, it could be like, further along here or further along there. Yeah. Pavel, there's a transphobic detected. We were wrong? No. Hazunia is just, like a lot of people in this situation, a little bit confused. And that's fine, because we're dealing with new categories. Honestly, I do agree with a lot of other YouTubers and other, like, online thinkers, that I think a lot more people would be in that fuzzy spectrum if they felt like being that way was societally acceptable. So the trick is to be facilitating of that, which hoping I am facilitating of that. Yeah, I hope so that I'm, in that, category. So ambient is it? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Non-binary. That makes sense, yeah. Binomial, but not binary. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Socially, I'm something. Not even sure what exactly. Doesn't matter too much. Well, I mean, we have to function in society. You have to assume certain roles just to get by in the day. That makes sense, yeah. If that means having to adopt a certain gender one way or the other, I get that Because like otherwise it just takes too long to explain. Actually, I'm not really a man. I'm just presenting as a man for the moment because it's like you don't want to do that fucking 5 times in a row in a day. Yeah. You just want to get by. I get that. Yeah. Wait. Is it 2-dimensional world? What the fuck, Pavel? We live in 3-dimensional world. I am. Nice one, Wolf. Yeah. Nice. Not. Yeah. I guess what would be the 3rd dimension in this case? No, that's fine. Yeah. Haven't been to school in ages. Yeah. What do I want to say? Certain aspects have more than 2 dimensions to them. Some of them have 3. Some of them have 4. And that's where it gets complicated. Are you familiar with the video 4D Toys, by the way? Yeah, let me school you a little bit. Now, here's an educational video.
Toys is a toy box filled with 4-dimensional toys. By 4-dimensional, I mean that they exist in a world with 4 dimensions of space and 1 dimension of time, instead of 3 dimensions of space and 1 dimension of time. It turns out that the rules of how objects bounce, slide, and roll around can be generalized to higher dimensions, and this unique toy lets you experience what that would look like. So I thought I would show it to you, and in the process explain what the 4th dimension is. So here's a stack of 4D hypercubes. To us, a 4D hypercube kind of looks like a regular 3D cube sometimes, because even though these toys are 4D, our universe is only 3D, but we can only see 3 dimensions out of 4. I'll explain soon, but first I'm gonna grab this hypercube and throw it. I knocked down that pile, and some of the cubes even got knocked into the 4th dimension, so I can't see them anymore.
Right.
Here's a ball pit filled with 200 hyperspheres. I can move along the 4th dimension and see all the hyperspheres I couldn't see before. Let's see, I can grab this 4D shape called it. So it's fun to simply play around with these, but we can try to understand what's going on a little bit more by looking at a version in 1 less dimension. So let's do that before I show some more stuff. So say that you are a 2D character and you can only see 2 dimensions, up, down, and left, right. But what if the world was actually 3D and you were just a flat 2D character stuck on a 2D plane? This is what the world actually looks like, and these 2D shapes were actually 2D cross-sections of 3D shapes. I can move...
Well, what do we see here? In 3-dimensional, you can identify yourself as everything you want, like President of the US, and nobody listen, nobody can say anything. What? Okay, you're like... Yeah, that's weird. Pavel, you drunk fuck. I just remembered a joke that can nail super good in your state, so listen carefully. Good day, sir. Do you have potatoes for landing? No, God fucking damn you, for takeoff. Do you have potatoes for landing? No goddamn you for takeoff. What? Wait. You have potatoes for landing? I'm trying really hard to understand this joke. Hold on. Okay. Good morning. Do you have potatoes for landing? Landing stands for planting, and it's like a plane. Probably structure. Am I too drunk, or did you like poorly explain the joke? Wait. Okay. I have potatoes for planting. No, it's actually for taking off. Potatoes for... Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Good day, sir. Do you have potatoes for planting? Sure. No, God fucking damn you. For takeoff. What? A plane lands and takes off? In what? Oh, okay. But in what way are the potatoes involved? Wait, what? Joke only for people who live in 3-dimensional world. Clearly, I am too many dimensions to make sense. That is the truth of it. Yeah. I am too high of a high-dimensional being. That's the reason why I don't get it. Yeah, for sure.
Move this sphere back and forth in the 3rd dimension and see how its intersection with the 2D plane gets smaller or larger. but a 2D character can only see 2 dimensions out of 3, so let's go back to their perspective from inside the 2D plane. We do keep the 3D view in the bottom left corner though. So these 2D shapes don't behave like a 2D character would expect 2D objects to behave. For example, this red circle seems to mysteriously float in midair, but we know it's actually just the cross-section of the red sphere. The slice does not go through the center of the sphere, which is why the circle looks like it's floating. If the red sphere hits another sphere, it might bounce into the 3rd dimension and disappear from our slice. After bouncing, the square shape seems to mysteriously change how many sides it has, and gets smaller and disappears. We know that's actually because it's a cube, and it moved into the 3rd dimension.
Does that make sense?
It's still hard to predict exactly how the shape changes though. And now let's move the 2D plane we're standing on along the 3rd dimension. The circles shrink and grow, and the squares morph because we're changing which slice we're taking. It might look weird to a 2D character, but for us 3D being it makes sense. It's kind of like taking an MRI. Each 2D circle we see is only part of a 3D sphere. Okay, now back to 4D toys. In 4D toys,
So it's the same
instead
idea.
of a 2D being living in a 3D world, we are a 3D being living in a 4D world. So we can only see 3 dimensions out of 4 instead of 2 out of 3. And instead of seeing a 2D cross-section of a 3D world, we see a 3D cross-section of a 4D world. But otherwise, many of the same things happen, just in one higher dimension. These 3D shapes don't behave like a 3D being would expect 3D objects to behave. The sphere floating in midair is actually just a 3D cross-section of a 4D hypersphere. The slice does not go through the center of the hypersphere.
Does that make sense? So it being larger or smaller is a consequence of us seeing only a small sliver of the 4-dimensional space that it actually occupies.
Though, which is why the sphere looks like it's floating. If the red sphere hits another sphere, it might bounce into the 4th dimension and disappear from our slice.
Right?
After bouncing, the cube shape seems to mysteriously change how many faces it has and gets smaller and disappears. But that's because it's actually a 4D hypercube and it moved into the 4th dimension.
Right? We're gonna say I'm a very lucky person. This situation is like winning a lottery. Lol. Alright, Pavel, I kind of get what Wolf is trying to tell us. Let me phrase it this way. Pavel, would you explain me why there are real sick-ass schizos who see the world in 3 dimensions and making up the craziest shit and nobody takes them serious? Well, the fact that they're seeing the world in 3 dimensions isn't what makes them crazy, quote-unquote. That's not the issue here. Most schizophrenics have voices in their head that are telling them to do awful things that they're trying to suppress. That's usually how schizophrenia manifests. Read Will's messages above? Oh shit, okay. What did I miss? Joke only for people who live in 3-dimensional world. You need to get out of the box. Who is French Baguette? Je m'appelle mon ami hélicoptère. Okay. What can I say? I'm a very lucky person. The situation is winning the lottery. Okay. I'm not sure how that elucidated what we're talking about. Right now, we're talking about a 4-dimensional space.
Still hard to.
What am I missing over here? There's certain concepts that require more than 3 dimensions of interpretation, sure. That doesn't mean they're like too complicated for humans to understand, though. I feel. Like, if you feel like a certain aspect has more than 3 dimensions, that's cool, but it's going to be a tough time to explain that and to demonstrate it in a 3-dimensional space, because you only have the 3 dimensions. But, like, theoretically, if you have 4 dimensions to a certain issue, I guess you can try to employ a 4th dimension arbitrarily, but, yeah. It's going to be tough. Right now, most statisticians are trying to make do with 2 or 3 dimensions to explain their findings, but perhaps their insistence on clear and readable graphs being two-dimensional, three-dimensional, is hampering their ability to encapsulate the issues perfectly. That's also a possibility. In which case, the real fault would be in the educational system of the people reading those studies, which in most cases would be the United States educational system. The United States education needs to teach students to read scientific findings correctly so as to come to the right conclusions, I guess? Does that make sense? Yeah. Pavel, you gotta go further above than what we're saying. Wait, what? What am I missing? Wait. Let me phrase it this way. Pavel, could you explain to me why there are real sick-ass schizos who see the world in 3 dimensions? What? Wait, what am I missing over here? Fuck, I'm super confused now. I feel like I had the grasp. Wait. What am I missing? Wolf's messages. Go further back? Okay. I'm going further back. In 3-dimensional, you can identify yourself as everything you want, like President of US, and nobody can tell you anything. Is that the message? I wish there was like a reference thing. Wait, what? If you stack 2 3-dimensional worlds, and then you find the 4-dimensional world, and only then can you open the third eye and see the amount of bullshit that goes in your second. It's a long-term troll, is what it is. I think we've been taken for a ride. That's what I feel. I feel like we've been taken for a ride. Nicely done. Joking, guys. Yeah. Well done, Wolf. Well done. You got us. Okay. I feel like the final lesson we're coming to is that a lot of this stuff is arbitrary, specifically in regards to moral and ethical issues, that choosing to abstain from a practice is technically arbitrary in the sense that the material outcomes it produces are themselves arbitrary, but yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, alright. That's the same thing for any kind of representation, any kind of media. Yeah. And in regards to step ladders versus ladders, they're all ladders. Some of them are in the subcategory step ladders. Doesn't make them any less ladders, just a different kind of ladder, as opposed to the standard form, which would itself be an arbitrary distinction between the two. And the same could be said for a bunch of other categories, including man, woman, etc. However, for societal cohesion, some of those categories should not be necessarily dismantled because it would cause tension in a way that is inconducive to modern economies, as sucky as that is. Again, I wish that wasn't the case. Obviously, I wish that everybody would work exactly the job that they feel most comfortable and therefore most fulfilled to do. We don't live in that world, sadly. I wish we did. We don't. Yeah. I hope someday we will live in that world. Well, I mean, I guess I hope to live in a world where we don't even have to work at all, but one step at a time. One step at a time. I don't know. Somebody's getting insulted over the words. I really identify myself as one of those. What? You don't respect it? Wait, what? Huh? And now general advice, which is fill in the situation. Don't forget to take your doctor's prescribed medication on time to keep your poor society safe and sound. This guy who lives in school ages ago. Wait, who am I not respecting? I feel like I respected everybody. I apologize if I disrespected somebody, but I feel like I did everything right. Feel free to. No? Me? Wait, who? Hey, what? What did I miss? The guy in the chat. You fucking drunk? I am a bit drunk. It is true. What did I get wrong? Wait. I was too drunk and too old for this shit? It is true. I am both too drunk and too old for this shit. Yeah, you're right. Oh shit, okay. I was doing a bit, but I'm actually getting sleepy. Goddamn. Yeah, I probably did. Alright, this was fun. This was a fun time. We've streamed for about 3.5 hours. That seems really good. I'll see you on Monday. We will continue. Wait, oh shit, actually, when will we? Hold on, I'll give you the time. I'll give you the time. I will tell you everything. I'm pretty sure it's going to be late evening, one way or the other. December. No, it's January. Hold on. I want December. Give me December. Today, okay, so Friday the 15th. So it's not gonna be a Friday for sure. I guess we will. Oh shit! I might have to skip to next week's entire stream because I'm planning to go to Resigne. I should probably tell that. So I will not be available from the 2nd to the it's from the 16th to the 17th. Yeah. Hazunia is getting insulted because of Wolf naming himself a paracopter. A sort of irony to all the trans stuff going on and me being sure about it. No? Well, yeah, that's pretty dumb. All right, guys, listen. So here's my schedule for next week or so. Yeah, I will not be available on the 16th because I will be out of town. If that means I have to skip that particular week's Friday, Saturday, or / Sunday stream, then so be it. I'll try my best to predict that moving forward, given that I only have a week to kind of sort shit out. We might have to skip a stream. I hope that's okay. Yeah. My dear friends, it's time for me to go. Thank you for these super deep discussions. I get a bit of a sway, yeah. Thank you for the super deep discussions. It was quite lovely. I hope that you were partially entertained. I'll see you on Monday when we will continue Baldur's Gate 3. We will finally kill Ketheric Thorm. Eventually. Hopefully that session. And move on to the next step. Who knows, right? Anyway. Good night, everybody. I hope you have a good one. One way or the other. Hope you get eating as buzz right. I feel like I may have overdrank a little bit because I'm getting a little bit sleepy, so I might just retire for the night. Gotta wake up pretty early in the morning anyway, so works out one way or the other. Good night, everybody. Take care.